Hello YouTube, he says, looking into the mic, not the camera, not done that for a while. Welcome to Cryptbeards. We're doing a little bit of parallel worlding again. Hopefully I'll have numbered the videos correctly. If I haven't, there's not really any other way to know other than watching all of them in sequence and trying to piece it back together again, which could be a bit boring. So if this seems a bit disjointed and makes no sense from what you've seen previously, I wouldn't worry about it. You know, just roll with it. It'll be fine. You'll love it. I mean, I can tell you this. The last recording I made was about 4.5 hours long, so it's highly unlikely anyone will get to the end of it. But Johnny Five is saying he might make it, so we'll see. We'll find out eventually. 3 stern emerald faces staring out of chat there from Master Nater. Poor old Master Nater, he looks like he's got a little bit of perhaps a grump on, a stern face. I can understand those sentiments right now, but let's not get drawn in too deeply. Just for context, YouTube, tonight is the 2019 election night, and although the count is not in, the exit polls do not make me feel good. Let's put it that way. Let's unpause the action. Actually, no. First, let's press U to check if there are any goblins in the fortress. What have we got here? We've got caged merchants. Oh, that's animals. Right. Okay. It doesn't look like we've got guests, merchants, caged prisoners. Did we deal with the goblins at the end of last session, or am I going crazy? Let's unpause it and see what happens. We got gobos? Because I seem to remember, like, we had goblins attack us, we had weird creatures. It was just absolute bedlam and chaos. In fact, let's pause it again. If that has been dealt with, it does look like we've got a lot of goblins in cages, actually. I mean, we wouldn't have that many goblins if we hadn't taken out a lot of goblins, so maybe we'll just assume that we dealt with it and start bolstering our defences. What are my thoughts here, I'm wondering? That's a strange way to put it. Did like sort of talking to you, but myself as well. That's unusual. But let's have a little look here. Let's figure out what's going to be good. Now, my first thought that I was having between streams was making some sort of drawbridge here. Am I in the right place? Oh, it's lovely, isn't it? It's all lined up. Some kind of drawbridge here to block this tunnel off, forcing any invaders to come through a snaky, wakey, windy tunnel over here, riddled with traps. And I was thinking maybe trying to do pressure plate activated traps for the first time. I've never really done that before. Or maybe put some weapon traps here beforehand, just to give them a bit of a pre-tunnel mincing, you know, soften them up. Make them ready for the griddle. But, I mean, that is a lot of digging, and I don't think that is going to be up particularly quickly. Have we got our weaponsmith working yet? No, that's a problem. We do need to build a second floor down here, which is going. It's underway. I mean, we could just put like a weaponsmith right here. Just remove one of these floor tiles. You can do pressure taps. It's cool and quite doable, says Fuzzy Logic. I may need some aid. I may need to have it explained to me a bit, but I'm sure we'll get there. I'm going to start by designating a weapon forge. Not that it's a weapon forge per se, you know what I mean. The forge that does weapons. It's a workshop, isn't it? And it's a magma forge. V. So this will tell us where the holes need to go. And it looks like the holes need to go either side. So, you know what? If I build it here, we can just remove this this square here, right? What? No, not Jeweler's Workshop. What are you doing to me, game? There we go. So we remove this construction. The light is not great here. I'm having some very strong peering at my keyboard. BWV. Here we go. And then don't try and move things with WASD. What do you think you're playing? A mouse and keyboard first-person shooter? No. That's madness. Let's pop one of these steel anvils in there. And, ooh, obsidian blocks. I think so. Very classy. Obsidian is just one of those materials that you see in a house and go, that looks expensive. Or, indeed, any kind of large-scale construction. If you're using obsidian, I mean, you're going all out there. The budget is not what you would call small, or minimal even. I think I might want to put a smeltery down already as well, just to get things cracking, because we are being a bit behind on the metal stuff. We've got stuff to melt down, but we just haven't even started. It's not in workshops, is it, the smeltery? It's in furnaces, which is E. Looks like E. That's W, though. E, there we go. And we want a magma smelter, which is L, and it wants the hole to be on top, which means really we need to remove one of these squares over here. That's fine. What is it? It's D capital N, is it? I don't think it is. Just regular N. There we go. And if we remove that one, there we go. As soon as that's done, we can pop down the smeltery. I won't unpause it just yet. I just want to take stock of everything we're doing. Make sure. You can build a bridge, you can build a trap. Oh, okay, well, I'm glad to hear that, because I can definitely build a bridge. Although, as we've established in this particular fortress, sometimes I don't link them up quickly enough. I can be a bit lax on that front. That's the drink finished. So, trap corridor. I mean, there's no reason why I shouldn't do a trap corridor. What I should order up is some weapons. Maybe I can do a little stock check on weapons in a second, but am I asking anybody to make stuff that we can actually put in straight away? I mean, what's the deal wooden stakes versus metal stakes? What kind of difference in quality am I looking at there? Is it worth just setting up a shitload of wooden stakes in a corridor? Oops. Hooked up to pressure plates? Or is that just a silly idea? Is that madness? What are we thinking here? Because I could do that. I can churn out a shitload of spiked wooden balls or wooden spikes incredibly fast. We've got the materials. We can just stick them out there, and they would be particularly fun to, kill elves with. They just see this horrible affront to their very civilization coming out of the ground and spearing them. I think that would be fun. We've already got them asked to make silver warhammers, but only 10 of them. And obviously, because we don't have the workshop, none of them have been done, although they've been validated. They should fly out pretty fast, actually, because our weaponsmith is pretty good. He's legendary. Let's come back out of there and take a look at the stock screen. That'll tell us more. Over here, stocks. How do I look for weapons? Tab mode? Oh, iron bolts, copper bolts, steel bolts. We have a lot of bolts. Ammunition, amulets. Oh, there's categories here. Ahaha! There we go. If I go down to where the W's are, we should see weapons, right? Weapons. There we go. Okay, we've got 71 weapons with a red 115 next to it. Don't know what that means, but I'm assuming it means something like we either have 71 or 115 weapons. Maybe that's 115 ammo. I don't know. But let's have a look at what we've got. We've got some named scepters and other such weapons. Can we view this weapon? Let's have a little look. What have we got here? Oh, that's the steel warhammer that was brought by one of the mercenaries who turned up and donated it to the fortress mortally. Hello, Sergeant Indy. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. We're just having a little audit of the swords and other weapons in the fortress, because I'm thinking of knocking down some weapon traps just to bolster our current roster. Bronze crossbow. Nice. We've got quite a few bronze crossbows here. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, the last trading group got ripped apart by goblins, didn't they? They got caught. No, did they get ripped apart by goblins, or was it some kind of other creature? We had a flying creature coming. What was that? Man, I need to rewatch these episodes before I start the next one. Okay, we've got pikes. We've got this Kalasalagadiadonalad, whatever that is. Bronze bow. Osdin Kitcrossed. Another bronze bow. Avocado wood training axe. Yeah, we've definitely had a trade caravan get smashed up. Otherwise, how would we have all this mad stuff? Just doesn't seem likely. Okay. We don't even have a source of water inside the fort, do we? Maybe I should be thinking about getting a cistern coming off this river. That might be sensible as well. Traps first. Traps first. Let's just go straight into B, capital T, and we're going to go for weapon traps. And we're just going to have a little mishmash, just a selection of bits and bobs to put in. Where's my cursor? Weapon trap needs item. What do you mean needs item? Are you talking about mechanisms here? Pretty sure we've got mechanisms. me look at my orders. Maybe they haven't been made yet. No, there's no order in for mechanisms. I'll order some in. I mean, they're fairly handy to have around, especially if we're going to start putting up tons of traps. Mechanism. Not gold. No, we don't want any metal ones. I want rock mechanisms. Thank you very much. And if we could have, like, 50... That's 60, but that's okay. We'll do 60. And hopefully that'll be enough to keep things going. Okay. Do I unpause? I think so. Let's monitor the situation down here with the building. Fingers crossed nothing attacks too quickly. Once we've got this system all set up, we should be able to start manufacturing iron and steel goods. Because we may not have much iron and steel ore on the map or any means to make steel, but we sure as shit have bought a lot of it. Seems like a good method is to make the spiked wooden balls and just buy out all the shit we want to melt. Nobody's coming down here. This is not a good sign. Question mark. Papage. Construction inactive. Needs any metal smithing. Okay, I'm going to take this over to Dwarf Therapist and have a little look. What's good? Oh, hang on. Oh, they're here. Have we traded with them? Let's have a look at the goods. Okay, we've got one weapon bin there. Maybe we need to wait a little while for something to happen. Can we sell all their shit back to them? I wonder. Is it the same crew? I'm not sure. Trap components. Large serrated bismuth bronze disc. No, we want to melt that. Or do we? It's bismuth bronze is not what I would call a top-tier desirable metal. Sure, in a situation where you don't have access to steel and iron and all that kind of bobbins, it's cool. But this is not a Bronze Age. Tidy, 07. 07 to you too. Oh, and thank you very much for the follow there. Much appreciated, FBXZD99F5. A complicated little string of alphanumeric madness, but I feel like it's going to be relatively easy to recognise, unless, of course, someone called Expedifters turns up, which is going to be difficult. We're going to have a hard time differentiating you. But don't worry. Don't worry. The Dwarf Fortress will still be abiding. And hello, Elate. Welcome to the stream as well. Right, let's take a look at the trade offer. What have we got, and what have they got? We've got a few chestnut balls. I say a few. We've got one. We've got a spiked plumwood ball. Oh, no, we have got some more chestnut balls. Maple balls. It doesn't look like we have a whole heap of... tell a lie. Okay, we're already up to 13 grand. I don't think we'll have to worry too much. Let's buy all their bars because we can. Cool. Let's scroll down a bit further. Do I want glass? No, I don't give a shit about glass right now. Clay? Nope. Ropes? Probably got a shitload of rope. Water skins? Flasks? Don't think so. Mind you, it might be nice to have a little stock of them. I mean, we could make them, but it might be nice to just get some straight away so that the people who get thirsty can get down there. Hello. I suspect it's unlikely. I suspect Forbuxzud. I'm going to call you FBX. That's the easiest. It's a nice short file name extension that I can remember. It's easier than trying to pronounce the entire string. But yes, it's unlikely, but possible. Let's not forget that it is potentially an infinite universe we live in. So, you know, given that, then probably everything has to happen, right? Let's not get too deep on that one. Let's not start doing all this existential bullshit again. Dwarf Fortress invokes enough of that already. Oh, it looks like we've got some instruments here. A Gulgun. I believe this is a new weapon. Oh, sorry, musical instrument. Got Zats. Hello, there's actually a few. Tislam. I think we've seen the Tislam before. The name rings a bell. Let's take a look. Let's have a quick look. 34 stone pipes. Let's have a little look at this one. I don't think we have read about the Tislam. This is a pine Tislam. The keyboard is made from native aluminium. The chest is made from pine. The pipes are made from mica. The bellows is made from wolverine leather, and on the item is an image of a coffee tree in kaolinite. Kaolinite? Kaolinite. However, The tislam is a large handheld wooden musical instrument which uses a leather bellows to pressurize air, ultimately blowing it through any of 234 stone pipes. The musician directs the air through the chosen pipes by playing a stone keyboard. The instrument has flue pipes and both single-reed and free-reed pipes. The instrument has a 6-octave range, going from a low to an extremely high pitch. It has 4 registers. The low register has a strong, bright, quavering timbre. Okay, it's time to pause the swerwer and see if we can capture the essence of the tislam. Here we go. Sorry, Simon, I'll bring you back online very shortly. So, we're looking at a low register, strong, bright, and quavering. Interesting. So, low, but bright. Okay. So that's got that part of it nailed. Of course, it's an organ of some kind. It's a pipe instrument, so maybe that sound wouldn't be quite right. More of a hoo 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 hoo. But it's also got to be, where are we? Quavering. So strong, bright, quavering. Surely strong and quavering contradict each other, but we'll give it a go. So it's sort of strong, but it breaks. There's not a solid strength in there. This is madness. This is like trying to describe the taste of wine. Here we go. No, that's not very good. It would need to quaver faster. That's more of a sort of large chimpanzee laugh. Not a chimpanzee. I'm trying to think of the whole class. What are we? Primate, a large primate laugh. Of course, not a human laugh. It didn't sound like that. It sounded like a very, very odd human laugh if it was. So where are we again? Quavering, bright, and strong. Okay, it's not a great musical sound, but I think it's the closest we're going to get in this strange world of contradictory descriptions. The middle register begins at a low pitch and has an eerie, pure timbre. So low, eerie, and pure. That's not pure enough. Too much nose. It's got to be lower. No, that's too low. It's lower than the lower register. I'm not sure. Maybe I should try doing John Carpenter themes for the source material for these instruments. It would give me something a little bit more concrete to latch onto. Anyway, we've done that. Let's go and look at this. The high register begins at a mid-high pitch and has an evolving, delicate, mellow timbre. So, mid to high pitch, evolving, delicate, and mellow. So we're thinking sort of a no, it's too high. That noise there, that's what I think of as evolving. It goes but delicate. And mellow. Okay. Although I think there's something in that, I don't think it was what we were looking for. I don't think it's the actual sound of this thing. It's got 234 pipes. I mean, it's probably going to be quite a powerful instrument, a strong instrument, but these are the descriptions I'm given, and that's the best I can do with them. Anyway, let's look at the top register. The top register begins at a high pitch and has a sonorous, rich timbre. Sonorous and rich, but high? Let me just going to have a quick Google. Just going to check what the word sonorous actually means, because I think I know what it means. But, sonorous, here we go. Google says, of a person's voice or other sound imposingly deep and full. Okay, and it's pronounced?
Sonorous. Sonorous.
There we go. So, it is both in the high register, it's high pitch, sonorous and rich. Well, I think this is going to be a very difficult sound to recreate. Oh, hello, Core of Focus Twitch. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. You have not been around for ages, but you're always welcome to pop in whenever you like. We're just playing a bit of Dwarf Fortress at the moment, trying to decide what these musical instruments sound like. I don't know why I do it. I just started doing it, and now it just happens every time. I can't help myself. Although I tried not to redo instruments. I'm starting to think I've done this one before. But high, sonorous, and rich. Hello, Druid's Mead. To think we all share a collapsing waveform from the Big Bang with this maniac. Makes you think. Yeah, I mean, I suppose we're all made of the same sort of star matter, aren't we, in the end? And, quantum stuff. It's all cool. The top register means that high pitch and has a sonorous, rich timbre. So, high but sonorous. This is the perfect moment to attempt the Mongolian throat singing. You can be both sonorous but produce that high-pitched whistle. I'll give it a go. Give me a second. I don't think it's going to work, but we'll give it a go. It's not really working. I think that's the technique that would be required to create the sound this instrument makes. However, I can't go there. So let's abandon the Tislam and see what other musical delights have been brought by these traders. What have we got? We've got the Tislam and a Jackalbone Zat. Now, if the Jackalbone Zat turns out to be an enormous stone block that you hit, I think we've seen this one before. Let's have a look. Oh, no, it's not. It's got a keyboard and a console. Sounds exciting. Give me a second here. A little bit of the old windy pops coming up from the old tum-tum. This is a well-crafted Jackalbone Zat. The keyboard is made from andesite. The console is made from jackalbone. The pipes are made from phyllite. The pump is made from green glass. The Zat is a huge, stationary bone musical instrument which uses a glass pump to send water into a chamber, ultimately supplying air to blow through any of 372 stone pipes. The musician directs air through the chosen pipes by playing a stone keyboard. The instrument has flue pipes and free reed pipes. The instrument has a 7.5 octave range, going from an extremely low to an extremely high pitch. Oh God, here we go. At all pitches, the instrument has an evolving, wobbling timbre. Okay, so I like evolving and wobbling. Those work together. They are words that sort of have a nice little meshing between them. It's not like sonorous and high-pitched. It has 3 registers. The low register has a broad, muddy timbre. So broad and muddy. There we go. That's the low one. I think that was not too bad. The middle register begins at a mid-low pitch and has a quavering, fragile timbre. Okay, mid and low, quavering and fragile. So it goes... Let's bring it up a little bit. It goes... It's not so bad. At least it fits in with the lower timbre. The high register begins at a mid-high pitch and has a clear, quavering, rugged timbre. Quavering and rugged. Let's just do a little bit more Googling here, because I just want to establish some of the difficulties we're having here. Really just having a coherent idea of what these sounds like. Quavering. Quavering. Here we go. Well, it gives us the meaning for quaver, but I'm sure that will work. Quaver, which is a type of crisp in the UK. A verb. Of a person's voice. Shake or tremble in speaking, typically through nervousness or emotion. What does rugged mean? Tell me, Google. Let's have a little look, shall we? R-U-G-G-E-D? Rugged.
Rugged.
1. Of ground or terrain having a broken, rocky and uneven surface. Or 2. Of clothing, equipment, etc. strongly made and capable of withstanding rough handling. Okay. So, quavering and rugged. So, I think we need to take the broken, rocky and uneven interpretation of the word rugged and think something sort of, it's got to be fairly high. We've gone from to... So now I feel like clear, quavering and rugged. No, that's too jovial. That doesn't feel right. Sorry. It works easier if I use my fingers to imagine a keyboard. Let's have a little think here. Rugged, that's rocky. It's cracked, jagged, got a little bit of a in it. That's not clear. That's definitely not clear. Maybe if I whistle it a bit while I'm doing it. That's not working. Very poor, I would say. But I don't think we can spend any more time on the Zat. The Zat has already absorbed too much of our attention. We now need to look at the Darude. We've definitely seen the Darude. We've seen that before. I'm not so sure about this fungi wood Gulgan. What does a Gulgan look like and how does it sound? Let's explore. Excuse me, I've also covered up OBS so I can't tell if anyone's saying anything. Hello, Claycree. Thanks for joining us again. Sorry if I missed you for ages there. Cora Focus says, you reminded me of Vince Noir from the Mighty Boosh when you were trying to do that throat singing. Vince Noir. There's a name I have not heard in a long time. This is a finely crafted fungi wood Gulgan. The Gulgan is a large handheld percussion instrument. It consists of a wooden triangle. The musician strikes the triangle. The instrument has a single mid-high pitch. The instrument has a full, piercing, strident timbre. Ding! Ding, 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 ding! Ding! It's wood. It can't go ding. It's got to be... Maybe. I don't think the whoop is going to happen, but that click sounds about right for a large wooden triangle. Truly one of the shittest instruments we have ever laid eyes on. Let's go past the Darude and the Gulgan, the Ook we've looked at, the Alice. Have we had the Alice? I recognise the Bog Sosh and the Gulgan. Let's have a look at the Alice and see how it goes. It's another keyboard instrument. This world is absolutely bonkers for pipe organs. They love them. We should rename the whole place Wurlitzerland. I think we've seen this one before, so we'll go back here and take a little peeky poo a bit further down. It was the last of the instruments. Oh. Do we want to buy a reindeer cow? They've got some llamas. Oh no, we were alpacas, weren't we? Were we llama or alpaca farmers? Llama farmer has a certain little rhymey ring to it, but also alpaca farmer sounds... I don't know. I hope you won't mind me saying Fuzzy, but now I want to hear someone say alpaca in a South African accent. I don't know why, but what I'm hearing in my head is tickling me. It's tickling me. Then what have we got down here? Cats? Did we get all our cats killed? I mean, we've definitely got some dead cats, but you know how they multiply. We could definitely have a few cats laying around. You know what? I'm not going to buy any caged animals. Enough animals turn up on their own that it doesn't make sense. And we're not going to be drawn into the venom trap again. I know it's a big lifestyle purchase. It shows wealth and prosperity, but venom collections have very good practical applications, so we're going to leave them. Even the spider venom is fine. We're not worried about it. Dwarven rum, however, I will purchase that. Very good stuff. Bushmaster, king snake. There is a lot of venom turning up at traders. It makes you wonder what the market is for it. Is somebody... Do people drink it? It feels like a poor choice for a drink. I tell you what, we better put Swerwer back on. He's gone all quiet, hasn't he? Mr. Swerwer. Thank you, Simon. There we go. A really relaxing voice. Oh, well, thank you very much. Much appreciated. Check out an app called Calm on Google Play. They hire people with voice acting talent and calming voices to read calming stories to help people sleep. Oh, that could be interesting. I wouldn't mind reading a few calming stories. Although the people who know me in my life, I don't think would describe me necessarily as calming. Then again, I don't tend to lean into most people's ears and go, "Good night, sleep tight." Just my kids. And the occasional stranger who I stalk for a few months and then sneak into their house and perch under the end of their bed and lean over and whisper. But that's only, occasionally. It's not just a little, treat for me. Just to be clear, I don't do that. That was just joking. Although, you never know. Sometimes you need to be clear. You need to make it abundantly apparent that is not something you actually do. Let's have a look. Wine. Yeah, okay, it's all very exciting, but I'm actually lying, so it's not. We don't really need to buy any weapons because we've already got a shitload from the last time a trade caravan got ripped apart. I mean, we could actually just search on steel, buy all their steel stuff and melt it down. That is, you know, an option. The trader is currently making a 12 grand profit. But first we'll have a little look. We'll see what's in the offing and make sure we don't miss on any exciting deals. Although we all know what's going to happen. I'm just going to scroll down to the books and start reading the books. You know, just because I like doing that. The books and the musical instruments. And every now and again, occasionally, we might look at a figurine or something, but they're never as interesting as the books. Or the musical instruments. I think those are peak items. Top tier. Yes, favourite. That's a very weird way to say stuff, wasn't it? Let's use page down instead of the arrow key. Do I want pigtail seed bags? I probably need them, but right now, just scrolling through these tedious items on the list is getting a bit boring. So maybe what I'll do is just skip past a bit, go down and find the books like I said I would. Let's not muck about. Let's not kid ourselves. Let's not claim that this is some kind of tightly run ship, some kind of fortress that will live through the ages. This is a rickety fucking little setup, and the chances of us being wiped off the face of the planet are very high. So we may as well put a little bit of slapdashery into the mix, right? Spice it up a bit, make people wonder how the end will come, rather than making them go, he's doing that wrong. When I do everything wrong, nobody really knows. Everyone's like, ooh, what's going to happen? Which fuck up will kill him? Which one will end him? Which one will leave him utterly bereft? Bereft? That's not the right word. Don't worry. I know I was talking nonsense there. Ooh, giant rat kidneys. Lovely. Nice. I wonder if they're from a giant rat or they're just giant for the rat, you know? Like some a rat born with, you know, a serious birth defect that gives it enormous kidneys. I mean, seems unlikely, to be honest. Seems like an unusual thing. I wonder if you can have organs too big or too small in Dwarf Fortress. I know that for the purposes of combat, obviously, organs are modelled, but is there any deviation and variety amongst those organs that are made? Or do all dwarves come from a standard template of mushy innards? I wonder. Not much meat on a little rat, that's true. You do need, you know... No, Claycree is incorrect. I do not do stalking. I never leave my house if I can help it. I would be an awful stalker. Don't hire me to follow anybody, because I will get bored very quickly and go and do something else. Oh, if only it wasn't true. Well, in that context, thank goodness it's true. But if only it wasn't so generalisable across my life. Camel cheese, yak cheese, horse cheese, water cheese? Water buffalo cheese. Of course, you can't make cheese out of water. That's stupid, scoundrel. A little bit of 2-hump camel cheese, thank you, and we'll take that as well. And then we'll go past the splints and the crutches. Common sense art. Fantastic. Let's take a little look and see what this tome will tell us. This is a well-crafted blue peafowl parchment scroll. It is encrusted with oval-cut morganites and encircled with bands of finely crafted, square, brilliant-cut picture jaspers. The rollers are made from pitchblende. This object menaces with spikes of well-crafted fungi wood. Written on the item is a manual entitled Common Sense Art, authored by Memale Action Tulips. It concerns the value of art. The writing has a rare but particularly exquisite turn of phrase, and it is reasonably serious. Overall, the prose is masterful. Sounds like a good one. If it's not expensive, we'll buy it. $730, it goes in the library. This is better than last time. It was all a load of elfy stuff. It was disgusting last time. It was like some kind of depraved... I was going to say pornographer, but it's the wrong word. Some kind of monstrous publisher just upended their guts into my living room. Down-ended their guts. Even worse. World Without the Diseases of Animals. Let's take a little look and see what this book will tell us. This is a well-crafted, white-handed gibbon parchment scroll. The rollers are made from limestone. This object menaces with spikes of finely crafted native aluminium. On the item is an image of clouds in white-browed gibbon bone. Written on the item is a manual entitled The World Without the Diseases of Animals, authored by Pari Plankjunkels. It concerns the diseases of creatures. The writing has a very serious tone, and it is throughout ornate and refined. Overall, the prose is masterful. Sounds like a good book too. Let's have a little a little ad of that. Ooh, 2,000? 2 grand? He's making 6 grand profit on this trade. Screw it, he doesn't mind. A pyrolusite jug, followed by an offering to the origin of rainfall. Hello, Plutonium Jesus. Welcome back to the stream. And Royal Starlord. Welcome to the stream as well. Kobolds eat rats. Well, kobolds will eat whatever they get their hands on, won't they? They're not exactly prime hunting material, are they? Or maybe they are, I don't know. I'm not familiar with the kobold in great detail. Maybe they have a fine tradition of hunter-gathering. But something tells me they're more scavengers. Can anyone think of a rare but exquisite turn of phrase? I can think of quite a few rare but exquisite turns of phrases, but they're rare for a reason. What kind of bullshit am I talking? Scound is full of rare ones, but not sure if they count as exquisite. I could, if given enough time, I think I could do something exquisite. Exquisite. But I think it would take time, definitely. I'm not going to be able to pull one out of my arse. Nothing exquisite will ever come out of my arse. Let's have a look at the offering to the origin of rainfall. What's this one all about? This is a well-crafted cat parchment scroll. The rollers are made from chalk. This object menaces with spikes of water buffalo hoof. On the item is an image of a dwarf in muskox horn. On the item is an image of backpacks in kangaroo bone. Written on the item is a manual entitled An Offering to the Origin of Rainfall, authored by Idala Wispbends. It concerns the origin of rainfall through evaporation and condensation. The writing is reasonably serious. Overall, the prose is masterful. I'm less excited for this book, but I feel like we've got the money rolling, so let's just add it to the library. We haven't built the library yet, but it's going to have stuff in it. An alligator snapping turtle shell bogosh pipe. A bogsosh pump, sorry. We're not going to want one of those. A silver minecart, a steel minecart. Is there a diamond minecart? My kids would love to see that. Hair leather tislam bellows, steel Alice body, cheetah parchment choir, microcline. Do you know the moon's path? Copy. Let's take a little look. This is a deer parchment scroll. It is encircled with bands of well-crafted goat bone. The rollers are made from rock salt. This object menaces with spikes of well-crafted dingo bone. On the item is an image of a coin in steel. Written on the item is a manual entitled Do You Know the Moon's Path? Authored by Tira Wind tightness? Ooh, I mean that's what you get after you've eaten too much, isn't it? Just before you pass that wind. It concerns the path of the moon. The writing artfully flashes throughout seemingly disjointed topics, and it rapidly shifts between topics. Overall, the prose is masterful. Okay, this one sounds decent. I want a copy of Do You Know the Moon's Path, so it's going in the future library. It all belongs with beauty. Intriguing. Let's have a little look. This is a skunk parchment scroll. The rollers are made from orthoclase. This object menaces with spikes of well-crafted blue peafowl bone and citron wood. Written on the item is a manual entitled It All Begins with Beauty, authored by Thithu Workforded. It concerns the nature of beauty. The writing has rare but particularly exquisite turns of phrase. Overall, the prose is masterful. Lovely. Sounds good. Don't know why I got so sinister at the end there. It's not really what you want to hear. You don't want to be in a bookshop, have someone walk up next to you and go, "This book is amazing. Buy it." It's not going to work. It's going to put you off for sure. Then again, maybe not. Maybe you would be intrigued by their sales technique and remain in the store to experience more of it. I don't know. Sergeant Indy, I definitely wouldn't recommend you try and use those techniques at your store. But then again, you are free to just completely ignore me. Conglomerate-bound codex. Okay, conglomerate is like a sort of like a shaly rock, very sort of like big lumps of things in it, like shells and pebbles and whatnot, all sort of pressed into each other. As I understand it, maybe I'm wrong. This is a conglomerate-bound codex. It is encircled with bands of nickel-silver. The written portion consists of a 117-page manual entitled Unknown Anatomies, authored by Kutzob Maleinhaze. It concerns the comparison of the anatomy of creatures. The writing is quite cruel. Overall, the prose is masterful. Cruel comparisons of the anatomy of creatures. Check out that hippo, it's so fat. Look at that weasel, it's got a tiny willy. Oh my god, have you seen that penguin's boobs? They're rubbish. No, I'm not sure. Is that the kind of cruel? This is Dwarf Fortress. It's more like kind of, first I removed all of the creature's anatomical parts. Anatomical? Yes, that's right, anatomical, not anatomical. That would be mad. Let's not go too deep into this. I'm starting to my mind is filled with images of vivisection. We'll buy it, but, it'll go on the naughty shelf. Limestone-bound codex. Have a look here. What have we got in this thing? This is a well-crafted limestone-bound codex. The written portion consists of a one-page manual entitled The Tides Came Full Circle. Came Full Circle. Authored by Thilu Snake Fragrance. Ah, Snake Fragrance. It concerns the relationship between the moon and the tides. The writing has a rare but particularly exquisite turn of phrase. Overall, the prose is masterful. We're getting very rare and exquisite books this time. Such exquisite writing. An andesite-bound codex. What could possibly be in this array of codices? It's more exciting than we've already seen. This is an andesite-bound codex. The written portion consists of a one-page manual entitled Questions About the Sun and Moon, authored by Stozu Devilstarts. Nice. It concerns the relationship between the lunar and solar year. The writing is as vicious as can be. Overall, the prose is splendid. Splendid prose. Splendid, vicious prose. Interesting. It's going on the shelf. A cassiterite-bound codex. What do we have in this little tome? This is a cassiterite-bound codex. It is studded with finely crafted bronze. This object is adorned with hanging rings of emu bone. The written portion consists of a 26-page essay entitled Battle and More, authored by Tipu Crowdjungle. It concerns the nuances of martial prowess. The writing has rare but particularly exquisite turns of phrase, and it is reasonably serious. Overall, the prose is splendid. Reasonably serious. A book about killing people in massed combat is reasonably serious. It's nice. I like that they're taking the subject at least a little bit seriously. How about a tetrahedrite-bound codex? Hello, Hellduck. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. What have we got here? Claycree asking if it's a kid's book. I don't think any of these books so far have been books for kiddywinks. Surely not. So many skilled writers in your world. The books in my world always have bad prose and such. I do get a lot of duff books in my fortresses. Do you remember that one fortress we just had a load of stuff coming along where it was, amateurish at best, and that's about as good as it got? I think that was the last one, in fact. But this one, full of glorious tomes. Why don't the codices say what they are? Codices? I don't know. I think the thing is, the scrolls have like one thing, but I think codices or codexes can actually have more than one thing in them, so you can end up with like multiple books in a codex. I could be wrong though. I'm not entirely sure. Let's check out this tetrahedrite-bound one before I scratch a hole in my leg because I'm itchy. This is a well-crafted tetrahedrite-bound codex. The written portion consists of a one-page manual entitled Records of Climate Zones, authored by Iferi Sharkstrapped. It concerns the division of the world into climate zones. The writing is as vicious as can be. Overall, the prose is masterful. There's a lot of vicious people talking about climate science in this world. I don't know if the world has a certain stance it wants to try and give us, but let's be careful. Let's not be lured in by any subliminal, digitally created AI propaganda. That would be madness. Let's have a little look here. This is a finely crafted tetrahedrite-bound codex. The written portion consists of a one-page manual entitled Unknown Seasons and the Moon, authored by Karaka Brush Leopards. It concerns the rise of the moon according to the season. The writing overflows with sadness, yet it contains some asides related to the author's preferences. Overall, the prose is passable. One page with lots of asides related to their preferences. Let me tell you about how the moon rises in different seasons. Oh, it's so terrible. Oh, I'm going to kill myself. I mean, maybe it's not that sad. That's a little too sad. Maybe at that point you're not writing books. And then finally, we have a horn silver-bound codex. Let's take a little look. This is a well-crafted horn silver-bound codex. The written portion consists of a one-page essay entitled Do You Know Union?, authored by Stasost Hate Seduced. Oh, this guy, we've seen him around before. Mr. Super Seducer. It concerns the worthlessness of harmony. The writing is quite cruel. Overall, the prose is masterful. Okay, I'm a little worried about Mr. Hate Seduced, but in order to better understand his past and future crimes, we'll put his tome in our library and see if it gives us any kind of forensic insight when he does actually begin to perform his dirty crimes. What about parchment sheets? They don't have anything written on them, so it's probably not worth buying them or even looking at them. Very boring. Fuck off, parchment sheets. You bore me. The trader is currently only getting 342 profit, but you know what? I'm going to give him an offer. I'm going to see if he likes it. So here goes T. Are you sure you want to trade the selected goods? Why, yes, Dwarf Fortress. I am absolutely certain. Perhaps you'd consider this superior proposal. He just wants a few more balls and the bronze disc. You know what? We were going to melt the bronze disc, but bronze is bullshit metal. Let's consider the offer. And then let's just offer it again. Yes. Yes. Melville seems ecstatic with the trading. Which is a good sign, right? He's a happy boy. He'll bring more stuff next time. So let's move our goods from the depot. There we go. There's nothing else in here, is there? No, it's all good. It's all fine, don't worry. And then we don't need Panzerbeard to sit around in the depot anymore. We can free him, and I think that's everything done. Wunderbar. Good. So, let's have a little look and see if our forges have been... Oh, you fucking bastard. It's happened again. A full-blown crash, 46 minutes into the recording. It looks like we're going to be entering into another recursive level of parallel worldism. We're going to be doing a reload. That whole little segment, that little Donnie Darko timeline, poof, gone. Gone. We're going to have to reload. Here it comes. Are we ready? Ooh, that's a little bit loud, isn't it? Let's play Dwarf Fortress. Come on, game. You can do it. You can do it. You can struggle through. You will make it. You will survive. You are a survivor. Right, let's continue playing. I'll zoom in a little bit first. There we go. So close some of these other windows in the background. I haven't got any stupid windows open, have I? Nope, they're all perfectly sensible windows I've opened. It all makes sense. It's very rational. Very sensible. If it's not vicious, then the prose is just passable. Maybe the quality comes from the viciousness. Maybe it's just like a great polemicist dealing their deeds, plying their trade, probably a better phrase. Right, okay, what did we do last time before I unpaused? We assigned furnaces, if I am not very much mistaken. Oh shit, we've got to do that whole trade again. Never mind, doesn't matter, we're all good. Build a workshop. I would like a magma forge, thank you very much, and I would like it put... Oh, tits. I would like to remove... Actually, let's do it down here. No, actually, up here. I'm changing my mind every few seconds. Stop it. There we go. I would like to cancel that build. Thank you very much. And then... No, that didn't work, did it? Oh, he's trying to put an armor stand down. That's why. Cancel. Cancel. Brilliant. Build, workshop, V. That's a magma forge. And it's going in right there. Lovely. Steel anvil, yes please. And of course, as we did before, obsidian blocks, a sure sign of pure class. Then we need to put a designation down to remove one of the notches over here. So let's go into the designate N, and we'll remove a construction there. Yes, that feels good. It gives me tingles, so to speak. Okay, now that I've done that, do I quick save or do I trade then quick save? I'm going to trade then quick save. Let's get this shit out of the way quickly. T for trade. We'll go for all his bars. Thank you very much. I love your bars. Good. Page down, page down, page down. We're going to wait until we see rum. Yeah, we'll have it. Wine. Yeah, that's cool. Goat's milk. No, that's for making cheese. We don't want that. Very tedious. Very boring. Come on. Faster. Faster game. Faster. Scream if you wish to go faster. Where's the food? We've got to get in there soon. I'm sure the food was before the cloth, but maybe I'm wrong. Scepters, bolts... No, here we go. There are the giant rat kidneys. Of course, we'll buy the steel anvils and iron anvils. I think I put them in last time. There we go. And now it's all the way down through the food, past the fish. Not that that's not food. Bit of pump helmet. Very innuendo. And then we'll take a little bit of the thread that we accidentally purchased there. Page down to the books. Page down to the books. You know what? Do I really want to... Oh, they're here. We may as well. World without the disease of animals. We wanted that. Origin of rainfall. Do you know the moon's path? It all begins with beauty. Oh, the codexes. There we go. There's the codex. There we go. And that's it. Let's go and put in some spiked wooden balls. The chestnut ball. Oh, I've got chestnut balls. Okay, and then we should be able to get up to snuff here. He's making £2 profit. You should be happy with that. Trade. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. He wants that. He's got a real hard on for that large serrated bronze disc. He can have that. I don't care. I'm sure. Enter. Consider the offer. Trade. Bingo. He's ecstatic. Wonderful. So we come out of here. We remove the trader. We take our goods out of the depot. There goes our goods. And then Control-Alt-S? Nope. Oh, that was Shift-Control. Control-Alt-S. Shift-Control? Shift-Alt? Shift-Control-S. What was the shortcut for the quick save? I'll tell you what, I'll just type it into Dwarf DF Hack. Here we go. Spellcasting. Q-U-I-C-K-S-A-V-E. Quick save. The game should now save the state. It's good. It's saving. It's all frozen. It's all paused. But that's fine. That's what we want. Please do the instrument sounds and read the books again. Oh, I think it'll take too long. We can't double down on that madness. I mean, a little quirk every now and again. I think people don't mind that. But constant quirkiness in a repeating pattern, that could just damage people's brains. And I don't want to damage people's brains. Rip bronze short sword. Nah, that's alright. We don't need a bronze short sword. We're going to have steel and iron and all sorts of fun things to play with. Because I'll just buy the steel and melt it. It's easy peasy. It's the way that you do it. Come on, game. Savey. You can do it. Could we just have a YouTube series with those clips of books and instruments? I suppose I could do a thing just looking at books and instruments of Dwarf Fortress. It's entirely possible. Maybe I could collaborate with someone in the synthesizer scene to try and actually create the sounds of the instruments, produce pieces of music in the various styles that Dwarf Fortress provides. Okay, this looks good to me. We've saved. I've dismissed all of our stuff from the trade depot. Let's go down here, fingers crossed, and unpause the game. Build me a workshop. Build a workshop. Build a workshop. Builder. No, that's a terrible reference to make. Awful. Welcome to the world of Dwarf Fortress books. Ooh, the Dwarf Fortress Readers Club. That could be exciting, couldn't it? Wow, I'm already tingling at the mere thought of it. No, don't worry, I'm not tingling. I wouldn't tingle on you guys. A new race added to the Auto Butcher. Mules. Okay. I'm going to pause the game quickly and I'm going to take us over to Dwarf Therapist. So those of you watching in darkened rooms, in the interest of your retinal integrity, could you please squint a little bit and prepare your eyes for a mostly white screen? Are we all prepared? Is everybody braced and ready? 3, 2, 1. The light! No! Let's take a little look over here. let's take a peek at what's going on in terms of our dwarven population. It says, I'll just do a quick refresh. We have 98 adults, 37 children, and 0 vulnerable babies. Oh dear. Oh dear, all our vulnerable babies have either grown up or failed to do so, which is, a little bit melancholic, bittersweet. Well, I suppose if they're all dead, it's bitter, but if they've grown up, it's kind of sweet. It's lovely. Let's sort by nothing, and then we'll just get our best weaponsmith up to the top of the list. Here we go. Druid's Mead. Druid's Mead is very good. Oh, poor old Master Nater. His eyes. I did warn you, though. I did warn you. I did. Baby died hype. It's true. They probably all died. So, the weaponsmith has no other jobs enabled. However, I feel like if I enable architecture, he'll go down and do it, right? Is that how it works? Building construction. Construction. Here we go. Bingo. So if I add these on and commit, the lad should charge into action. I'm going to take you back to Dwarf Fortress now. Allow your eyes to rest. And we'll unpause while we listen to the best, without question, of Simon Swerwer's Dwarf Fortress music. Oh god, I love this track. No one seems to be heading down to the area. Oh, tell a lie. People are building the floor tiles. Is this an unfinished floor tile here? Is that what's going on there? Or is that just part of the Magma Forge? I'm pretty sure there wasn't an unfinished floor tile. Okay, it's good, it's good. They're building more floor. That's what we want to see. When we see someone come down with an obsidian block, that's the moment. It could, of course, be the case that the obsidian block is very far away. That's a very likely scenario, actually. But the floor's going in well. That's good. No one's come down so far to deconstruct the square we want for the smeltery. But they'll probably get there. They'll probably get there. Hello, BRG3386. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. My boy Simon.
My boy. My beautiful boy.
Where is your boy Simon? I am not he. I am no Simon, sir. I'm a scoundrel. Or a Matt, I suppose, if you want to use the correct name that my mother gave me. Excuse me. But, for the purposes... Oh, here we go. Here comes the steel anvil. For the purposes of streaming and online communication, I do kind of prefer scoundrel. I like it. So, here we go. It looks like in a few seconds some of our orders may be validated. Let's just check to see if that's happened instantaneously. It bloody well has as well. Look at that. Silver Warhammers are going to begin flying out of there. Now we need the smeltery online. I feel like we're going to need more than one. Maybe I should issue more commands for building floor down here. Before I do that, we're going to pause. Important measures need to be made. We're going to begin the construction of the trapping tunnel. The trap tunnel is going to come off here somewhere, and we're going to put our little drawbridge to protect us, let's say, here next to where this barracks is. So, let's begin designating the tunnel. I think... how wide do we make the tunnel? I mean, we could be cruel and make it 1 wide, which would force a conga line of doom upon our enemies. But 1 wide seems very dull. Very boring. Very boring indeed. So, I think we'll make it a 3 wide standard corridor, just to allay any fears that our besieging enemies have. We want to make them think, you may have put a drawbridge here, but this corridor appears to be perfect for us to gain entry into your fortress. And they, of course, won't see any of the dwarven traps because they hopefully won't be dwarves. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? And maybe we'll be lucky enough to see one of those glorious gelding blows again. Does everyone remember that? Remember when that elf had his knackers ripped off by a silver hammer in a trap? That was a good day, wasn't it? Ooh-ah, ooh-ah. Didn't even have to use my AK, mainly because the silver hammer trap just did all the work for me. Oh, hello. Why are you no mine for me? And why am I now out of alignment with the tunnel I did? Oh, come on, scoundrel. Be better than this. Be better. Do better. Think better. Feel better. Okay. I don't think I'm going to be very good at giving myself a pep talk, to be honest. There we go. So delightful. Now, I'm feeling like we're going to want to put some choke points in here, actually. Rather than just having this plain old corridor, let's put a little bottleneck in here and there. In fact, the entryway can be a lovely little bottleneck. Maybe they'll think it's a secret passage. They'll think they're getting in. They'll think they're having a whale of a time. And if we separate it into little kill zones, and every room for the kill zone can have a fresh pressure plate? Yes? Or is that not a good idea? How does that work? I think there's a way to capture more invaders based on the game's pathing, if you're interested. I'm all ears. Tell me more, Tidy. Well, I mean, technically I'm all eyes because I'm going to be reading what you're saying rather than listening to it, but carry on. Carry on, my wayward chatter. Let me know more. Because, in my opinion, if I do this bottleneck here, it means whatever I put in that bottleneck, somebody has to stand on. Which feels like optimal placement for activating pressure plates, right? And then we fill the ground with spikes, connect that up to the pressure plate, and Bob's your uncle, minced goblin, all over the walls, and the floor, and the ceiling, even. Then again, are we going to achieve actual mincing with spikes? I think it would require an incredible density of spikes to do that. They'd have to be touching even, I think, or at least very close to it. We're more likely to achieve actual mincing with some kind of spinning blade, or the corkscrew, I imagine. Maybe if the giant serrated spinning corkscrew forces whoever gets caught in it through a fine mesh, we could achieve proper mincing, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure how exactly the mechanics work in the game. I'm going to continue putting a couple of these little choke points in. There we go, a little choke point there, lovely. Tidy says, well, I think the goblins will stick to the top side of the bottom corridor when they enter and the bottom of it on the way out. Ah, okay, so you don't need to put... So maybe we put... Here's an interesting idea. Cage traps in the middle and then the spikes either side, or... You know what? I feel it's just a little bit more cool if we just have these little kill rooms filled with spikes. I feel like that's going to be the optimal thing. Just fill them right up. Fill them right up. But it might be interesting to put cage traps in the middle so they sort of, you know... I mean, I think we'll begin by placing our spike traps along the edges. And then we'll fill in the middle as we go. But yeah, the edge thing seems like a good idea. However, I'm going to put a couple of bottlenecks in just to keep things spicy. Just to have a little bit of activation, pressure switch kind of stuff. I'm going to do this. This corner here is going to be a brutal kill room. And we'll do it on this corner as well. Why? No real reason. I just think it looks quite nice. Let's do it on this corner as well. Fuck it. All the corners will be brutal little chambers of death. Do, 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 do. Yeah, this seems actually quite good. We'll do it like that. The corners, little activation doohickeys. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Dodge the spikes, dive straight onto a trap. Yeah, that's not a bad idea, actually. Maybe we will put cage traps down the middle. I better put an order in for cages, hadn't I? I don't think we're going to get them made... Actually, no, we bang them out pretty quickly, I think. JMQCAGE. And let's have wooden cages. It seems very optimal. Oh, my phone's deciding it doesn't want to be charged anymore, but it is at 100%, so let's just unplug it. In fact, let's have a cheeky free view, shall we? I'll open up the Twitch app. Ha-ha! Look at that. System gamed. This is it. This is going to drive my view count like through the stratosphere. If I start watching, it could almost double it. Open the App Store. What are you talking about? Leave me alone, iPhone. App Store. Here we go. I'm in. I'm watching too, guys. I'm just like you. Amazing. There we go. I don't mean to be offensive. I'm not just like you. You're much better people than I am. Almost guaranteed. The wooden cages. How many do we want? Well, that's going to be a fairly long corridor. I'm going to put an order in for 100 because I feel frisky. Frankly, frisky. How's the wooden stockpile going? Let's have a little glance down into the depths of the fortress and see if we can... we've got plenty of wood. Also got a hell of a lot of furniture. But we can't get distracted. Ooh, that order of graves has been done. Realistically, it would be nice to put them down, but it doesn't look like we've got much room. We're going to need to dig an extension. Well, that has to come after. That has to come after the trap corridor. Did I put the order in for mechanisms this time? No, I did not. Q. ROCK space MECH. Rock mechanisms. How many do I want? 100 of them as well? Fuck it. Let's just go nuts. Oh, no. We had another crash. This does not feel good. This feels particularly bad. Okay, another boot up quickly. Let's see how we can manage. Let's see if we can get into the action nice and quickly. Come on. Continue playing. In we go. Oh, God. We've put the order in for making stuff. Indeed, Royal Star-Lord. Indeed. Ah, trap the bottom edge. Oh, yeah, you wait till they come in and then they sneak out and you trap them there. Very clever. Very clever indeed. Anyway, let's zoom in a little bit. And at least we quick saved after designating for that to be built. And I also need to go into Dwarf Therapist and set that lad up to actually do the deed, don't I? Bear with me 1 second. Just connecting. There we go. And then we find... Find Druid's Mead, I believe it is, isn't it? It is. And then we can activate Architecture and Building Construction. There we go, Construction. Commit. Done. Now, do we save immediately? Okay, immediately after this platform is done, save. I know it's going to slow progress down immensely, but I feel like it's our only option. We have to go that way. We have to go full hardcore scum save madness. Otherwise, we're going to end up with no progress saved from the end of this session at all. It's already 1:45 in the morning. I've only been going for an hour. Things are getting a little bit hairy on the crash front, which is a shame. A little bit of a tragedy. Now, what else do I need to recreate? The trap corridor, of course. Jesus Christ. Let's put that there, and then we do that. All the way around the corner. Bang. Not there. There we go. Brilliant. Up here. Down a little bit. Like that. Fantastic. Let's put the X there, and then we put a D there. Whoops, a daisy. That's an X. D, thank you. And then over here, bonk, 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 diddly diddly donk, like that. And then take like that. And then we do that and that. And that. No, not that. That and that. And then that. There we go. That's back to where we were in terms of digging, roughly. We need to go down to the smelting level. Have they built it yet? Not even close. Come on, guys. Get it built and we'll do a quick save. It's going to be great. Crash Front sounds like the name of a game or movie from the 90s. It does. Or even like a punk band from the 80s. You can imagine Crash Front playing at some grimy bar. Maybe even the famous, but now no longer there, CBGB's. Everyone who likes a little bit of the old punk music knows about that place. Country Blues and Bluegrass, as it stands for, doesn't it? Johnny Six is still oblivious, stumbling around. Not a good sign for him. But who knows? Maybe Johnny 7 will be better. Maybe he'll be a more stable, mentally secure chap. Which would be nice, wouldn't it? Here comes the limestone. Somebody get on that damn obsidian forge. I want it done ASAP. Come on. Come on, lads. Granite is not doing it for me. I need to see obsidian. I need somebody coming down with obsidian. Are you here, lads? Come on. That anvil. That's what I want to see. The anvil. On its way down. Come on. Have I failed to set this properly? No, no. He's coming down with the blocks. All good. Needs any metal smithing. We have a guy with metal smithing who I've definitely activated the architecture and construction skills on. What gives Druid's Mead? You are the clear front-runner candidate for this. Let's go and have a little look. Press U, and we'll go and find Druid's Mead. Where are you? Down here. There we go. currently meditating on metals. Well, I suppose, it's probably to do with your continuing education in metallurgy, but to be honest, sir, this is not what I would describe as optimal behaviour from our weaponsmith. Get downstairs, get constructing, and give us what we need. Come on, make this fortress safe. Give us a safe place to hide. Can we make Johnny 6 happy again? It's an intriguing notion. Here it comes. Here it comes. It's constructed. It's constructed. Lovely. Okay, now we pause and we go into the long dark tunnel of the quick save. Quick save. No need to spell it out again. I just have to press up on the keyboard and it plays once more. And then we'll look into Johnny 6. You know what? Johnny 6 is in Dwarf Therapist. While we're waiting for the save, let's go over there. Those of you once again in darkened rooms or with sensitive eyes, squint or close them now because the screen is about to go blindingly white. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Whoop. There we go. Doesn't that feel nice as the backs of your eyeballs sizzle and bubble? Now, here is our metalsmith guy, but that's not who we're looking for. We're looking for Johnny 6. Which means sorting by whether or not people have nicknames. Sort by has nickname. There we go. And now we need to find old Johnny 5. Where is Johnny 6? Sorry. Here he is. Very unhappy. See that redness? She is haggard and drawn due to the tremendous stresses placed on them. Within the last week, she felt nothing after seeing a dead body 25 times, nothing after witnessing death, interest after watching a performance, loneliness after being away from friends for too long, and boredom after being unable to practice a craft for too long. Satisfied at work, pleasure after a satisfying acquisition, contentment after putting on a finely crafted item, horrified after seeing a dead body twice, annoyed after sleeping on a rough cave floor. Just pretty generic likes and dislikes. Isolation after being unable to find somebody in charge to yell at. And panic after being accosted by vermin. Oh dear. That's not good. Maybe we need a few more cats in the fortress. Let's go back. The quick save has been done. Let's unpause. At least our progress is now nailed right in. Nailed in. We need to put orders in for spikes, don't we? Spikes. Maybe I should get them done in the metalsmith's forge. What weapon? No, we haven't got enough raw metals to make them out of. Let's make wooden spikes. J, M, Q, spike. Can you make rock spikes? Copper, black metal, green glass balls. No. Where are the wooden spikes? Oh, there they are. There they are. Glass spikes sound pretty cool, to be honest, but we don't have the sand supplies to make glass very much, so it's a little bit of a unlikely scenario. So mostly the death is making them unhappy. The isolation one can be if the mayor has too many tasks or is trapped somewhere. The sleeping and crafting ones are obvious, of course. Yeah, need to give them a chance to make something in a workshop, but how without compromising our high craft standards? Sorry for kicking the mic. Menacing wooden spikes. Give me absolutely shitloads of them. Let's order for the 4 rooms. We need 9 sets of 10, so it's 90 per corner room. 180. Let's order 360. Why not? There we go. Seems like a good enough place to start. Oh, we need mechanisms as well, don't we? Q mechanisms. Out of rock, please. I would like. We ordered 100, didn't we, last time? So we'll do that. Was there anything else we ordered? I don't really remember. Now, can we build some weapon traps immediately past our initial barrage of cage traps? That's what I'd like to find out. So build, capital T, weapon trap. Looks more likely here. So I'm going to place these, just maybe a set of 6 or 9 here. Maybe. What do we reckon? Little cluster, a little knot of weapon traps as they come around the corner. Let's do it. Let's make them with granite mechanisms. And in them, I'll just put a medley of weapons, shall I? Copper battle axe, not bows and crossbows, they're not ideal. Silver maces, they might be useful for our weapons guys to hold. Let's save silver, like blunt instruments. Bismuth bronze crossbow, that's no use. Spiked plumwood ball, no. Here we go, silver spears, they are quite good, but we'll put them in here anyway. Copper pikes, nice. Limewood training ship, no. Copper short sword, sure. Bronze pike, why not? Oh, there's more than one short sword. There we go, a bit extra. A giant silver axe, sure. Why not? There we go, 3 giant silver axes in there. How much have we got left to go in? Is it already up to 10? Just keep going until it says no. Copper morning star. Oh, it said no. Okay. Shift and enter. That's select all. We don't want that. How do we... Done selecting D. D. There we go. There's one weapon trap done. Let's pop another one in. See what we can stuff into its inner workings. X, expand, contract. What have we got here? Oh, named items. Do we want that? I don't think so. Keep those for our actual hitty boys. What was that in chat there? It's keep Johnny busy making stuff you can melt down, perhaps. Could do that, Druid's Mead. We could give him a little workshop to play around in. You could put a bunch of them to work on smoothing the fortress. We'll give them something to do and improve the look of the place. That's true, Plutonium Jesus. We could do that, but I don't think we've got many actual people who do engraving. I might have to enable it on some. I don't know if he's coping with seeing all the dead bodies, Claycree. Maybe making crafts out of bones might be the last straw. Yeah, that's true. Bone crafter. That's interesting, but we do have a bone crafter. We have a pretty good bone crafter already. Let me just finish these traps and then we'll return to the notion of bringing Johnny Six's spirits up. How about that? Should we make that a sort of side project for the evening? Could work. A steel battle axe seems a bit much, as does a silver warhammer. What is Kobekozom Eniron? That's one of the Etin's named items, isn't it? No, it's a dog bone crossbow. A very valuable dog bone crossbow as well. Copper Morningstar, sure, that sounds good. Maple training axe, no. Let's put an enormous bronze corkscrew in there for no real reason. Bronze whip, does that work in a trap? Sure, why not? Silver longsword, but sod it, let's get it in there. Giant wooden axe, a giant iron axe blade. No training weapons, no spiked wooden balls. They're for trading only. That's what they're for. Another enormous steel corkscrew? Sure, in it goes. Copper warhammer, yep. Another copper warhammer. Botegasm. What is botegasm? Sounds disturbing like botygasm, which is not something I am familiar with. The cobalt urges another bronze crossbow. We've got a lot of very good bronze crossbows knocking around. Let's not get rid of picks. Keep those for future miners. Bronze warhammer, sure. Willow balls, no. Willow. Another enormous steel corkscrew. Holy shit. No, we're going to melt that down. We're not putting a... how do I remove it? Z. Not putting steel shit in. Oh, you're fucking kidding me. I didn't... No, I should have only deselected one. Oh, I pressed X. What does that do? Ah, it expands and contracts. Okay, this is a lowercase z. Now, we've got to find the damn thing now. Shit. Let's have a look at chat. Someone's saying something. Hello, Canasoda. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. And Johnny 5. Good lord, the man himself. The man, the myth, the legend. The living legend. As you might notice, Johnny, you've made it to iteration 6, unfortunately. You're no longer movie law compliant, and now you've been elevated a number designation. You're also currently deeply depressed, and we've been discussing what to do about that, how to raise your spirits, and I think the current theory, the current best guess, is to basically get you crafting stuff that can be melted down. So just to get your hands busy, you know, keep your mind going. Be nice. Excuse me. Leveled up. That's a good way to look at it. Although not in real world terms. Don't consider death as a leveling up. That seems like a very, very weird way to think. Very unhelpful. Tidy says, Johnny, we're going to save you. Oh, we'll have to see how it goes. Let's see if we can find that steel thing that I accidentally put in here and get it out. There we go. The enormous steel corkscrew. That does not belong in a weapon trap in this fortress. Oh, maybe it does. We're back at the top and there's not enough stuff to fill out the weapon trap. Maybe I need to put in an iron pick or something like that. Let's see if we can fill it out. Does it tell me how many things I've got in here already, or do I just have to keep going until we can... Hello? Why is that not working? Oh, it's because I filled it up. This is literally what I was just talking about. Congratulations, scoundrel. Why don't you go online and make yourself look like a complete idiot? I think I will. Thank you very much. That's good. So we can finish this by pressing D. Well, we've got 2 weapon traps. We need to wait for more weapons to be made. But frankly, at least it's a start, right? That's what we need to think about. How many of these spikes do we have? That sounds interesting. Build. Trap. Upright spear spike S. There we go. Needs item. Okay, these have not been constructed yet. That's fine. I'm scared about the crashing, to be honest. Should we do another quick save or... Oh, they're getting the silver warhammers made. This is good. Oh, and someone's taken the designation for that, so we could get a smeltery underway. You know what? I feel like I want to step up the smeltery, even though we've not built one yet. Let's build magma forges. It's E for forges. Yeah. And a magma... Oh, no, we don't want to do that, do we? We want to designate and remove a floor tile. And I think if it's the top one there, gap, 1, 2, 3, there's the hole we want. Lovely. We can put 2 smelteries in just to get things smelted quicker. We do need to expand this floor over the volcano as well. Otherwise, we're not going to have much room for workshops. We really do need to. Melt the junk and my dwarf can make you 100 bronze axes or whatever in no time. It's the throughput on the smelteries first. That's the first stage. Then the melting. Then everything else. We can disassemble the weapon traps after the fact, can't we? Sorry to use... I know that's a touchy word, Johnny 5. But I'm sorry. Sometimes it's just necessary to say these things. Build. We're looking for... no. Damn it. E for furnaces, is it? Yes. And we want a magma smelter. L. There we go. Is the top one, isn't it? It is the top one. Bosh. We'll make this one out of... What should we make out of? Quartzite? Quartzite sounds fun, doesn't it? A little bit of an ebony and ivory theme going on with the themes. We've got obsidian and quartzite. Very much the rock equivalents of ebony and ivory. Imagine a piano with obsidian and quartzite keys. Probably be quite expensive. Also quite clunky to play. Dunk, 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 dunk. Let's not go down that road again. No more musical instruments until the next caravan arrives. Build magma furnace smelter. I do apologise. Pop that in there. Make it out of... What do we got? Oh. Nothing exciting. Just some gabbro. Let's just make it gabbro. Do you even gab, bro? Terrible puns. Say what must be said. Well, fair enough. Now that I know I am free to discuss potential robotic trigger words, I'll be more carefree, more liberal in my use of language. May your dwarf outlive the floor. Oh, Claycree. These big promises, people saying, we will save you, may your dwarf outlive the floor. I mean, this just seems like tall orders. Big promises. Okay, so now we've built these smelteries, right? Has this one been built? No, we need masonry. Let's check our orders and see what's going on with the mason. What's he tied up with? Excuse me. Granite blocks. We don't need granite blocks in that scale at the moment. Oh, we do though, don't we? We need to build the floor. I'll tell you what. Build. Capital C. F for floor, because we don't want to make the wall mistake again. And then we'll just spam these out as big as we can and get as much coverage as possible. Now, a cheeky little trick here is to just use one massive full-size block there, but offset so we can still build one next door. Ah, not just a pretty face, you see. Granite blocks, there we go. See, Cheeky Dwarf Fortress wants me to put a wall down, but Cheeky Dwarf Fortress can go fuck itself. Cheeky Dwarf Fortress. Okay, let's make it maximum size. Lovely, it fits. Make it out of more granite blocks. Ah, shite. Well, we'll also make it out of just some regular granite. As long as it gets built, it gets built. It's all good. Hopefully our mason will get down here and build. Wait, but what about the holes above? Pause. Yes, well spotted there. Well spotted. However, I feel like I've got an idea. What we're going to do is we're going to say... get our cursor here. Going to go down a floor. And... oh, do I need to press K or something? K? No, I need to actually click on it. Alright, there we go. Is that the right one? That's the right square. So we say X, 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 X. How far are we off now? This is going to be a tedious little 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4. Now that's up, you fool scoundrel. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Are we good here? Let's... oh, we've got a little bit more to do. So we've got to come down here, get rid of that. Is that good? I need to put my cursor elsewhere. There we go, that's better. Okay. Down a bit. Down a bit. And then... shit, it's not doing it. Okay, there we go, that'll do. Remove construction. This is tedious, isn't it? Oh, fuck sticks and stickle bricks. Look what I've done. I've beamed it up. Duh, duh. Is that it? That's it. So then we go down. Duh, 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 duh. Duh, 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 duh. Duh, 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 duh. Duh, 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 duh. Sorry, I'm losing my mind apparently. Brilliant. And then we just need to dig down here. This bit, this bit, this bit, this bit, this bit, this bit, and this bit. And then presumably that, and then somewhere along here. There we go. Lovely. Oh, look at this progress. Oh, amazing. Absolutely brilliant. Now, all of you who are telling me how to do this quickly in chat, how dare you? How dare you teach me how to play Dwarf Fortress like I would love you to do? You monsters. We need to add another square in there, but we can't pre-allocate it, so that's a little bit of a pain in the poo. But what can you do? It's a pain in the poo, but what can you do? Here we go. Okay, I've taken off too much. But okay, we're building the form. We're building the basic shape of what is to come. Let's be careful not to build a swastika while we're doing it as well, especially not a black one on a red background. That's going to cause all manner of misconceptions and concern about this stream, which are, I would say, thoroughly unfounded. What have we got over here? Actually, it would have been a lot faster if you just... oh, I've seen your type here before. What do you reckon? Do we do a quick save? Feel like we're running on dangerous territory if we don't. So let's do it quick. We've done a bit of game. Let's quick save. And while we wait, maybe we'll go over to Dwarf Therapist. Not that there's anything really to see over there at the moment. There's no information I'm trying to glean. This is stupid. You know how you shouldn't eat on a stream? But watch this. Oh, tortilla. Oh, salty. Let me just mute the microphone so I can crunch. Bear with me. Come on, microphone. Yum, yum. Salty, though. I'm going to need to get a drink in a minute. That's okay. We've been going for an hour and a half. I can take a break for a bit, surely. Little trip to the lavatory, make myself a drink, that kind of thing. That kind of carry on. I think we'll be all right. Carry on, my wayward scoundrel. Eat tortillas and rehydrate. Any sentence that starts with actually, ironically, probably isn't worth reading. Interesting viewpoint there. I wouldn't want to confirm or deny your feelings, but hey, I'm sure the world at large will. It's going to go down. Yep. Ah, look, there is actually magma, or lava, sorry, underneath the bridge now, which is good. So when people come and try and attack us, hopefully that will deal with some enemies. Some of them will try and get onto the bridge in the wrong moment and just plummet into their little bit of muck. Hello, what's all this crap? This is from that group of people that got killed out here. Okay, that's fine. A smear of Solon bold painteds, I presume blood. Very exciting. Old Swerwer's gone quiet. Where are you, Swerwer? Come on. Come on. Regale us with your sweet tunes. Okay, we've got a puppy. That's good. Let's check our orders again to see how construction's going on. Silver Warhammers, yet to be even begun. That's a problem. I'm going to go down the floor and see if we can see those smelteries in action. Needs architecture, needs masonry. Oh, we need to cancel the order for all those granite blocks, don't we? Or just enable masonry on another person. That might work. Bear with me, I'm over in Dwarf Therapist. We've only got one mason, but they are a legendary +5 mason. Although probably it makes sense to get some kind of apprentice in. Oh no, we have got an apprentice. There's a level 9 professional mason. So what are they playing at? Why are they buggering us about? Let's go and check out the masonry workshops and see how things are going on there. If we head down this shaft, we should be able to find them. Where are they again? There they are. Are they both working? He's a thirsty boy, isn't he? Is that what the blue exclamation mark means? Not sure. We do need those granite blocks made up nice and quick, so we can get this floor done. However, equally, maybe we could just cancel the order and get on with some smelting, because 2 smelteries has got a bit of a throughput, right? It's got a little bit of throughput. Blue is thirst, brown is hunger. Okay, that's good to know. Good to know. We've got the armour stand coming through. That's nice. Oh, there's Johnny 6 stumbling around obliviously. Let's do that little craft shop idea, shall we? Let's go down to the crafts workshops and we'll just seal one off to everyone but Johnny 5 so we can have a little makeroo. How's that sound? J5? J5, that's a horrible name. Sounds like some kind of pop band. Workshop profile. Where's old Johnny 5? Blue Johnny 5, teardrops are falling from his Johnny eyes. He's somewhere here. He's somewhere here. There he is, Johnny 6, the soap maker. No soap for you today. You got this private workshop, and we're going to make you put out... maybe we could make him decorate stuff with stuff? Maybe? Or maybe we just go for rock crafts. Fuck it. G. Make rock... Oh, hang on. Rock mugs. We could bang out some rock mugs. People do get a little bit upset if they haven't got mugs, don't they? We've already got enough nest boxes. Yeah, mugs. They're usable by people in the fortress. Let's do it. Just churn out mugs, Johnny 5. Go for it. Be your best self. I'm going to find him in Dwarf Therapist quickly as well, just to make sure I haven't disabled all of his other labours. Has nickname Johnny 6. There he is. Soaping is currently activated, but not any kind of crafting. I'm going to make him a rock crafter. Where is it? Stone crafting. That's the one, isn't it? Commit. There we go. Let's also give him stone detailing, and he can be a backup mason as well. I know one doesn't train the other, but there are tangential skills, I would say. Could make some soap. Could do, but not right now. Not right now. Oh, Vamp has slipped into depression, which is, to be honest, not my biggest concern. He is, after all, a vampire, which is not great. So, do we construct our Bridges of Doom?
Bridges of Doom.
And how do we go about doing this? Maybe maybe one that just flips them up into the air and has them land in the magma. That might be cooler. Because, you've seen sacrifices, you've seen dozens of sacrifices where people are merely pushed or flung into a volcano. How many have you seen where people are shot into the air and then allowed to plop down into the magma? Not many. Not many. Also, it gives us an extra line of defence, just in case they turn out to be some kind of fireproof bastard. They will probably break their necks slamming into the magma from above, which would be nice, wouldn't it? Oh, thank you for the follow, Royal Star-Lord. I didn't notice the follow notification going off, but I see it up there in my activity feed. Thank you very much. Who's my mayor? One of the bloody vampires, I think. Are those dwarf fishing? I feel like there's a lot of dwarves down here. There have been, historically, a large number of dwarves buggering about at the lake, but there's only a few of them down here now. I mean, maybe we should just start thinking about a system to divert river water. Oh, you fucking bastard! Hello, Snow Crash. The second half of your name is very appropriate. Some might even say on the nose. But who am I to complain? Please don't let this be the future of this fortress. That is just going to be very annoying if that's what happens. It was all you. Your mere presence destroyed the system. Oh, Snow Crash. You name of a novel, you. You little cyberpunker, you. If it wasn't for all those goddamn cyberpunks, the fortress might not have crashed. Please, what happened? When did I last save? Okay, it's not the worst. It's not the worst. We unpause and allow things to unfold. Have the spikes been constructed? That's one of the important things. Maybe if I do a little stock check, find out how many wooden spikes we've got. Trap components are under T, aren't they? Below tables and tanned hides. Trap components, here we go. Giant iron axe blades, silver axe blades, copper axe blades, giant bronze axe blades. These have all got melt orders on, but I don't think the smelteries have been constructed, have they? We're still waiting for someone to come down and do it with the old, what's-name skill? Masonry skill. I am a Neil Stevenson fan indeed. I still haven't read Seven Eves properly. I started it in audiobook while I was on a holiday, and I never picked it up again when I came back for some reason. I was enjoying it, but personally, I'm kind of a what's it called? Baroque Cycle fan. That's my favourite series. I like Cryptonomicon as well, but I didn't mind Anathem. That's pretty decent. I like the one called Reamdy. That's good. I can't think of any others yet. There is another one that I haven't read yet called something Down or something. But they are jolly good books. But you can't beat the old. What's the name? First one I said. Baroque Cycle. That's the one. Once when I was trying really hard, to make my dwarves happy, I found that it's quite a problem if your mayor can't perform meetings. It's bad because that dwarf that has a meeting will just stand around when they can't pass the mayor and then get that unhappy thought about not being able to yell at someone in charge. He does have an office, Druid's Mead, but unfortunately he's also a very thirsty vampire. So we've kind of got ourselves in a little bit of a corner here at the moment. We've taken a poll in chat as to what should be done with the vampires, and it was pretty much very strongly decided that they will be thrown into the volcano as sacrifice. Now, yeah, that is cool. However, we need to get the temple set up and figure out the mechanism by which we're throwing them in. I think flipping them up on a thing would be good, like an actual flip up bridge rather than a slide back. Retracting's all good, but meh. Or do we prefer, flip or retract? Let's quickly take a poll on that, just to see what people think. I'll just quickly load up my stream manager. There it is. No, don't edit the stream info. That's not what you're supposed to do. We've got to manage a poll. Jesus, I nearly clicked on run ads for 60 seconds. That would have been awful. Manage a poll. Here we go. So, new poll. Flip or dip. If you want them to be thrown into the air and dropped into the lava that way, you need to vote flip. If you want them merely pushed or dropped in, you need to vote dip. Except I've written gip instead of dip because I can't see the keyboard properly. There we go, flip or dip. It's a 1 minute duration poll. There it goes. It's off. Let's see how it works out. Flip or dip. I'm going to put my vote in. There we go. I've voted. Right, we'll come back to that in a moment. Let's look back again at this list of things we've got here. I mean, lots of stuff that we want melted, but not really what we would call... We've got some silver spikes and steel spikes, but nowhere near quantities that would make a real spike trap work. Oh, we've got some couple of wooden ones. We're getting there. We're getting there. We won't put the orders in for the cages yet because that will slow down spike construction. So we'll just hold on for now. Have I done anything significant that would warrant a quick save? Question mark. We certainly haven't got these smelteries built yet. Needs architecture, needs masonry. I'm going to cancel the orders for the granite blocks to build these floors. You know, I don't think the floors need to be done ahead of time. We'll just leave it for now. Let them go. We'll work with 2 smelteries. Granite blocks, remove the order. There we go. We've still got these rock weapon racks and armor stands that need building. I tell you what, I'll place what we've got in the new barracks that have been built, and then once they're done, we'll do a quick save. So, build armor stand. Here we go. Armor stands galore. Sweet, sweet armor stands. There we go. All the way across here. Just pop that one on top of a child playing with a toy forge. Oh, we've run out. That's okay though. Now weapon racks. There we go. Let's pop these along here. Weapon racks. Good. Weapon racks. Have we got as many weapon racks as we have armor stands? We have more weapon racks than armor stands now. That's cool. We're nearly done there. In that case, pause the game and head over to do a quick save. While we're doing that, does anybody want to name a dwarf after them? I'm going to go into Dwarf Therapist, do a little connect. Those of you with sensitive little eyes, please squint or close them because we're going to a blindingly white screen very shortly. 3, 2, 1. Sizzling retina time. There we go. Isn't that lovely? Can you feel the water in your eyeballs boiling? Sorry, the humour in your eyeballs boiling? Balling? Balling humours. Let's go from Migration Wave to Has Nickname. Those of you in the fortress, there are 20 of you who have named dwarves so far. We have Ayland, Buttermut Squash, Druid's Mead, Fuzzy Logic, Jeb is back, Johnny 6, successor to Johnny 5, Cupo, Claycree, Crusoe, Macho 44, NATO Crisjum, Orchimedes, Panzerbeard, Perilous, Plutonium Jesus, Red Roweno, and Tidy, and Schmeliork. Let's not forget Schmeliork, even though he is on his way to the pits of the volcano. It's so sad. It's so sad. I know someone you should name a dwarf after, says Claycree. Who's that? He's very quiet in chat, but a loyal viewer. I think he goes by Scound. Alright, I'll give myself a dwarf. Why not? Should I pick one of the vampires to be hurled into the volcano? Or should I pick someone a little bit more interesting? You know what? I'm going to use my patented random selection technique. Let's minimise the Has Nickname pile and just go wacky wild with that mouse cursor. Here it goes. Mouse wheel, click. I have picked Lolor Olincod, who is a wood burner, an absolutely useless profession in this fortress. But there we go. We can't have them all. I'm just going to call them Scoundrel. There we go. I'm in the fortress. Finally. The clamour from chat will have been quelled at last. Excuse me. Okay, let's resume. That's the quick save done. And then what do I do now? Oh, I do apologise. Here we go. Looks like the wagons are leaving. That's very nice. I feel like we need some more stockpiles, because things are beginning to pile up in the trade depot, and that's not optimal. Not by a long shot. Still nobody building these damn smelteries. But again, I feel like once those orders for weapon racks and armour stands have been finished, 8 items remain. I think we're going to be good. I think... There we go. Stay calm, scoundrel. Don't let the day get to you. It's been an interesting one today. I voted, and I also went to my first appointment for a diagnosis of something at hospital, which was fun. Nothing. I'm not ill. Don't worry about it. But it's been a stressful morning, to say the least. And as an evening goes, it wasn't too bad. I played a bit of Sea of Thieves with a friend. It was good. Crom indeed.
Crom, I have never prayed to you before. I have no tongue for it. No one, not even you, remember if we were good men or bad, why we fought, or why we died. No! All that matters is two stood against many. That's what's important.
There we go. It's my best impression of Arnold Schwarzenegger, and as you can tell, it is
Garbage.
Savermancy, indeed. I think a vamp needs to be sacrificed quickly to appease the PC crash gods. Let's have a little look at what that poll came up with, shall we? Oh, did I? I missed the result. Let me go to the web page where I triggered it and say view results. What was the poll response? 75% say flip and 25% say dip. Well, that's good. That's 8 viewers. That's a very well responded to poll for this stream. Oh my, amazing. Let's get off this screen, shall we? Hello? Oh, fuck. Oh, there we go. We're all good. Don't worry. Nobody panic. Everything's going fine. Let me hide this as well. We don't need to have the fucking preview playing through there. Excuse me. There we go. So, in that case, we're building a flipper, right? I will designate the flip, and then we will begin killing vampires. Are we ready? Are you ready to play a little bit of Frog Brothers? There you go. Movie reference for those of you of an age. Let's build a bridge, and we want a flipper. So we want to change the raise direction. Raise is that way. So I feel like the sacrificial platform can be in this area here. So we start like that. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I feel like it should come all the way out here to the middle. Oh, look at that. It's got to be too wide, otherwise it's not symmetrical. There we go. It should come all the way out to the middle there, and then it should flip him high in the sky, so he plops in the magma. Won't that be lovely? Enter, place. We're going to make it out of... probably not logs. Don't feel particularly fantastic. I'm thinking granite blocks. Let's make it out of granite blocks. Lovely. Let's get that bad boy built. Let's unpause. Go downstairs and see if any of our smelteries have been worked upon. Of course not. Of course not. Dwarf Fortress is far too busy winding me up with crashes to get on with designating dwarves for building stuff. That would be useful. That would make the scoundrel feel good. Did I view the chat results? I did, just now, and it said flip. 75% say flip. So we're going for it. We're going to go for it. And I think I might even go for flipping all 4, you know. I might put them in a burrow, send them down onto the tip of that thing, and then bosh. Up they go, all in one. And maybe we'll forbid it for other people as well. Can we do that? Is it possible to use burrows to forbid passage for dwarves? There's some sort of turtle knocking around by the magma, look. Oh, it's a cavy boar, not a turtle. We've got quite a few cavy boars. It was all about the llamas before. It was llamas, not alpacas. I was wrong. Ah, well. Never mind. Who cares if I get the name of a particular large woolly animal wrong? Not me, for sure. I am not a shit giver in that regard. Oh, here we go. Oh, no, they're more interested in doing the bloody walls. What is everybody up to? Why is everybody so busy? Seems that you'd have someone... Maybe there's no furnace operators left alive. You know what? Let's pause the action. Let's go over to Dwarf Therapist. I'll tell you what, I'm not going to pause it. I'm going to leave it running with you lads watching with a careful eye. And I'm just going to go over to Dwarf Therapist and I'm going to see if I can... There is a spider walking over my toe. Excuse me? Thank you. Yeah, goodbye. Sorry. My toes started to tickle for a second there. Let's have a little look at what I was going for. I'm in Dwarf Therapist, of course, leaving you behind. We need furnace operators. There we go. How many have we got in the fortress? One person has it enabled. They also have beekeeping. That's optimistic. And disabling that. That's Rovod. Okay, you're good. Let's commit that change. Oh. Fuck hell, they got built. Okay, don't worry. We've only got one smelter office worker anyway. I'm just going to quickly sort by profession, find myself a peasant, if there are any in the fortress. Nope. Not a single peasant. It's a very middle-class place. Let's find someone with a less exciting profession. This guy's an animal trainer. Oh, he's also a mechanic. Okay, let's not set him off doing stuff. This guy's... No, this guy's also a metal crafter. Here we go. This guy's very useless. Let's disable all of his tasks and enable some furnace operating. There we go. Commit. Right, now we have 2 furnace operators, and you know what? I feel like I want a quick save. It just feels like the right thing to do. We've designated someone to be a furnace operator. Bang. It's in. It's in. There we go. Just quickly looking at Has nickname. Nope, I haven't got anyone who's my dwarf anymore. Never mind. That's not important. What is important is the continuation of the fortress. Will the lever puller wear a hood? Can I actually choose the lever puller very easily? I don't know if that's even a possibility for me. If we can designate them to wear a hood, that would be good, but I don't know. I don't know. Well, I'll think about it. If anyone knows how it can be done, let me know in chat. But I can't off the top of my head think how I would achieve that. Oh, somebody's experiencing emotional shock, apparently, looking at the bottom left-hand corner. Don't know what that's all about. Probably got something to do with the corpses piled up around the place. Really need to expand that graveyard, don't I? Maybe put in a secondary graveyard? I mean, why do we just have to have one, I think? I think so. Check your labours. Think lever pulling is in there. That's true. There is a lever pulling job. Station a dwarf in a lever room behind a lockable door. Okay, it's paused. Now, is anybody going to actually... Ah, they're smelting the cassiterite ore and melting metal objects. I mean, what does cassiterite give us? Tin? I think we're going to cancel the smelting ores jobs, to be honest, right now. That's not high on our agenda. We need objects melted. So we're getting rid of cassiterite ore. And we're keeping metal objects. There we go. Good. Let's get some smelters down here, working away. Doesn't look like anybody's forging these silver warhammers, which is disappointing because we do have someone who's jolly good at it.
They're jolly good. Very, very good.
Maybe when the vamp splashes into the lava, some of their body will fling into the forges and imbue some weapons with the power of bloodthirst. I wouldn't complain if that happened. I'd be quite mildly surprised. Maybe what will happen is they'll hit the magma, the blood in their bodies will immediately boil and vaporize, and someone on the edge of the pit will accidentally vape vampire blood, which will cause them to bring on the curse. But then again, that doesn't seem like it's a highly likely scenario. I don't think anyone's going to be vaping vamp blood anytime soon. Could you zoom out and give us an elevated view of your fort? This setup looks amazing. You know, a quick MTV Cribs Dwarf Fortress episode? Sure, I think we can do that. We've saved, haven't we? Oh, God, I'm nervous. I'll leave it running, and hopefully we'll end up getting some of this metal made. Did I actually remove that order? Yeah, I removed the order for cassiterite. It just needs to be updated. Right, let's zoom out and have a peek. Back to the surface. Here we go. We're currently sitting around this volcano, which I have tamed somewhat, given a bit of floor around it, put a nice little walkway over the top. We've got a sacrificial... Oh, it's finished. Hello. Okay. Pause the action. Sorry, we're not going to do a tour just yet. I'm actually going to zoom in a little bit. Oh, that's out. Zoom in a bit, and we're going to place a lever for our executioner. Build trap component lever. There we go. And I'm going to put it here. There we go. It's going to be a diorite mechanism. Why not? And then we'll leave that there until it's built. And then hopefully we'll end up with a bridge connected up to it that can fling vampires into the magma. Very exciting. Very exciting indeed. I wonder if all of our cages have been stripped. I hope so. It would be nice to get all that stuff for melting. Ah, they've completed the rock armor stand order. That's good. That's good. Let's build armor stands. 1, 2, 3. And then weapon racks. Hopefully just 1, 2. That's it. That's space for 3 military units, which we have not even begun to set up yet. But that's okay. We will get there. We will get there. And hopefully some of this crap outside will finally be brought into the fortress. Ah, they're all about the wood. They're churning out those wooden spikes, I think. Maybe if we can get some dwarves away from fishing. That does seem like it's taking up a lot of time. Then again, I'm not sure if it's forming a large part of our diet. Oh, the lever's done. Let's get that. Add a new task. Link up a bridge. Not that rough granite bridge. We want this granite bridge. There we go. Nice. And we'll put Gabbro diorite in there. That's good. Do it now. Get it done as quick as possible. That seems like a best bet. Is anyone going to get in there with the mechanisms? Show me those mechanisms. Mechanism. Mechanism? Apparently not. Oh, someone's on the bridge. I don't like people standing on the bridge. That's a problem. I feel like we're running the risk of losing some of our other dwarves if we leave the vampires on there. Because they do seem to be sort of sightseeing there. Just hanging out. Jesus, we've got to get rid of these vampires as quick as possible. This like mare bullshit is not doing it for me. Druids need to run out of silver bars. Shit. What other orders can we put in for weapons? Let's have a look at what bars we have got. Stocks. There we go. And then if we go to bars, there we go. 45 iron, gold, silver, copper, nickel. Not ideal. Not ideal at all. Let's have a look at the available armour, see what we can mark for melting. That's forbidden, is it? Is that what F means? I think it does, doesn't it? Let's unforbid that. There we go. Undump it as well? Or is that what we need to do to get it off the people in the cages? Ah, shit. That's an issue, isn't it? That's an issue. Still. Let's... oh, I've accidentally DF'd that. Let's add some melt orders anyway and see what happens. Melt the copper breastplates. Melt the iron breastplates. Great white shark leather armour. Not really much use to melt that. Great white shark leather doesn't really render down into a liquid. Lots of leather. Not particularly excited by that. Coats. No, not interested in coats. Mandrill leather coat. Gibbon leather coat. Jesus Christ. That's a lot of coats. Troll fur. Octopus leather. Kakapo leather. Could use a stockpile near here for metal bars. Finished weapons. Nice to see stock levels visually. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Okay, some stuff is marked for ordering. Let's go down to the smelteries and we'll put a stockpile in. Up in that top right hand corner there. And we'll make it a weapons stockpile. P. And it can go like that. That should be good. Max bins. Let's give it loads of bins. No, reserve bins doesn't mean how many bins we're using, does it? Leave that for now. That's fine. So the weapons can go there. And then we want another one over here for bars. Metal only, please. Bars. There we go. Like that. There we go. Metal only. How do we get in there? It's S, isn't it? Click S. Bars and blocks. Lovely. We want metal bars, but we do not want any of this other shit. Thank you. And then over here, maybe the ores? Nah, we've got an ore pile upstairs, haven't we? Right there. They can just come and get stuff out of it. It's not that much further away. Is this a weapon stockpile as well? That's a bar block stockpile. Do I get rid of that one and just use the one downstairs? I think I might actually. P, X. There we go. Removed. Thank you very much. Lovely. Right, let's do that tour. Oh, should we do a quick save first? We'll try the tour first. Okay, so we've got a volcanic mountain. So if we go up a few floors, there we go. Volcanic mountain goes up fairly high. Actually, mostly soil, interestingly. The hole for the volcano was down here at the bottom of the whole thing. We're going to put a wooden roof over it. Probably not the best material ever used, I'm sure, but we're going to do it anyway. And there we've got a little temple over the top of the magma. This here is our farm. This goes down into the caverns. Did I even trap that shit? I'm not sure. This was a barracks, or intended to be, but it's now just a room with some beds in, marked as a dormitory. These are barracks up here. This round here is going to be our trap corridor. This is our little prison vampire chamber. Let's go down a few... Oh, no. There we go. Let's go down a few floors. That's where the magma furnaces are, and our moat, obviously. Further down, these are chambers that are being abandoned because they've got soil in the walls, just being used as storerooms, basically. This is a proper big storeroom floor. I can't remember what's in each of those piles, but they must be fairly useful. I'm pretty sure the bottom left one that's full up is furniture, because that seems to be the thing that fills up. This is a floor for bedrooms. Nowhere near enough bedrooms for each dwarf in the fortress yet, but we will get there. We will do our best. This is the food floor. We've got a dining hall in the middle here. Miasma stuff like tanning and butchery over here. Offices around this area. This is a graveyard with some tombs. Clay Cree made his own coffin called the Lovely Pregnancy, which he's now been assigned as his personal resting place. We've got a food stockpile here. This is the nest boxes for some turkeys, or as I like to call them, scrotum birds. And this down here is was going to be a grazing area for our llamas, but unfortunately they were slaughtered by goblins. If we go further down, we have a series of repeating floors with all the crafts shops in these spaces, and at some point I am going to assign the bedrooms to the dwarves who work those craft shops, just to keep them busy. And now we've done the tour, I'm going to zoom in and check to see if this has been done. Have we got a... it seems like it's hooked up. Don't want to test it without... I'll tell you what, let's quick save and then we'll test the thing, just in case. Quick save, here we go. Boop, boop. Lovely. Nice. It's getting saved, very good. By the way, says Druid's Mead, how deep is the lava spire? All the way down, as far as I'm aware. All the way down. Did we find any candy? Because we've gone down into the caverns. But I don't know if we've actually located any candy down there. I feel like there might be. Could be wrong though. Not entirely sure. Come on, game. Save, please. Save, s'il vous plaît. Bongello. Weird. Very unusual phrasing there. Excuse me while I quickly have a cheeky salty tortilla here. I'm going to try and crunch it as quietly as possible. It worked. The microphone didn't even spike. Amazing. Silent crunching. I've got my stealth teeth in. They're amazing. They don't make a sound, he says, crunching horrifically. The vampires might find some. Let's hope so. Let's hope they can function as a suicide expeditionary force. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Okay. Looks like things are being built down here. That's nice. Now what we need to do is get the vampires on the bridge. However... Oh, that freeze gave me the shits. I was worried there. However, we don't want to kill these people on here, so let's first designate a burrow. Add a new burrow. Burrow 3, and we will define this burrow. There. There we go. That's the burrow. Right, can we keep people out of the burrows? Can we say don't go in there? Or we could make it like a second execution witness burrow. Put everybody in that burrow here, or along here, and have them watch as they do the plot. I'm going to do it. Pull them all into one burrow with an alert, and then put the others, the vamps, in the other one. How does that sound? Does that sound good? You should line a few of the dwarves that are in a bad mood up and have an audience. Well, I'm thinking about that, Johnny. I am definitely giving that a thought. You can use pathing costs. Aha. Ah, yeah, so only people who want to be in the burrow will go there. That sounds good. Okay, but first, we need to come out of here. In fact, no, we need to add citizens to this burrow. So, name the burrow. Execution Flipper. There we go. There's the Execution Flipper. We need to come back to this one. We'll put the stuff on the Execution Flipper later. Let's add a new burrow. Burrow number 4. Define the burrow. And I'm going to define that burrow as being there. And burrow 4 is going to be Execution Audience, if we can fit that in. Execution Audience. Oh, it just about fits. That's lovely. Now we've got that, we can set it as an alert, can't we? That should be good. Back. And then for the Execution Flipper, we need to add citizens, which means putting in our... Oh, I could just change the vampires. I could just delete the burrow up here and make it down there, couldn't I? Fuck it. Let's just see what we can get in there first. It's got 3 that are obvious vampires because we've named them that way. We've got 1 that I'm going to have to look up the name of. Come on, vampires, where are you? Surely you can't be right at the bottom of the list. Up, there we go. Schmeliork, Vamp and Vampo, all vampires. What about our 3rd? Who is it? Let's, sorry, our 4th. Let's find our 4th vampire. Kogan Naninbear, or Nainbear. Let's, can we do a search? S-K-O-G. That's not any of these. Oh, hang on, it is, because the mayor is the vampire. There we go, brilliant. So, now they're assigned to that burrow. We need to go to our military screen. We need to go to alerts. And then we need to go to the Execution Audience and set a general alert. There we go. That should be good. Escape. And everyone should come flooding to this area here to witness the execution. Now, maybe we remove the vampires from the vamp area. I mean, once everybody's up here and milling around in the audience area, we don't need to worry so much about the vampires going and feeding on people because they have to find them asleep, don't they? So no one will be there. Do they get a final meal? No, not this. They've had a few drinks in the house. That's it. That's all you get, vampos. Nothing more. Oh, we're down to 14 frames a second. The game does not like sending everybody to these areas. It finds it most unpleasant. 11 frames a second. Oh gosh. Come on. We need a proper audience for a proper execution. We may have a unique execution style here. This could be very exciting. We could be breaking new executioner's territory here. Come on, 8 frames a second? Please don't grind to a halt, game. Just get all the dwarves up here, and then we'll be happy. Okay? And the volcano god can watch the flip and plop. Come on. Flip 'em and plop 'em. Sounds like a legal team, doesn't it? Welcome to Flip 'em and Plop 'em, legal specialists in conveyancing law. Nah, it'd be something more exciting, wouldn't it? Flip 'em and pop 'em. What would they prosecute? Oh, 7 frames a second. Fortress is looking a bit bare though. You know what? I'm going to risk it. I'm going to unplug the door and I'm going to allow the vampires to exit their area. I'm also going to take them out of their vamp burrows. They go and stand on the flippy thing. Permit passage. There we go. And then we need to go to the burrows screen. Go to Vampland. Change the citizens. Actually, it makes it better to actually delete the burrow, doesn't it? D to delete. Is that right? Yes. Yes. Can I have a Y? There we go. Done. Vamp burrow destroyed. Let's resume. the game. There we go. And see if we can get them all to run down to that lovely little area there. We do have a few people still not actually in the right area, but that's okay, I think. We'll let them ride on it. We'll let them do that. 6 frames per second to get down there. This is taking some sweet ass time. Maybe I should save the condemned walk, so if we have to, we can view it again. I'm going to pause and do a quick save because I'm getting extremely paranoid about crashing now. There we go. There we go. The magma pool is part of the temple. That is correct. So they do want to be hanging around there. However, you know, they do seem to be clustering in the audience area rather than hanging around the edges of the temple. So I feel like they're doing what they're supposed to. I feel like it's good. Come on, save game. Savey, savey. Give us some sweet, sweet ratcheted progress. I'm going to quietly eat some of these tortilla chips because they're horribly addictive. The salt is just oh yeah. I mean, I prefer to crunch them, but in the interests of quietude, I may have to suck the salt off the bastards. Quick save is just a normal save and reload, is it? Wife's home. Gotta go grab dinner. Have fun with your flaming trash fire of an election. Oh God, Sergeant Indy. It's bad. Not what I would have hoped for, but oh well. What can I do? Not much. In a safe seat, you see. My vote doesn't count for shit. Right, off they go. They're coming down now. They're making their way. How long have we been recording for? 2 hours, 11 minutes. I know. If you've got Alan Moore into the voting booth, you've done pretty well. I most often do tidy, but I did a little bit of tactical voting this time. I did a dirty tactical protest, which is a little bit sad, but you know, it won't make any difference here, to be fair. I mean, I may as well not turn up, but I do anyway, just in case. You never know. Oh, I'm all sad now, thinking about politics. Oh, boo-hoo. Right, this is interesting. The vampires have decided not to go where they're supposed to be. They're hanging around in their little room, playing silly buggers by the looks of things. Maybe they smell a ruse. They may well be expecting some kind of foul play. People are still heading off with the iron bars. What is this about? Why are you bringing bars up here? It doesn't make sense. Come on, everybody. I know we're down to 6 frames a second, but you can do quicker than this. My little dwarven fellas. My little dwarfy chaps, you can go quicker than that. Come on. Get those vampos and vampires into that goddamn burrow as quick as possible. Oh, they're on a military rotation, aren't they? Hang on a minute. Yeah, okay. B. Cancel order. O. There we go. And then we move them down here onto the tip of the execution flipper. Genius, scoundrel. Well done. Okay, let's come back out and watch that frame rate plummet back down from 55 to something in the region of 1. Look at that, single digits. 6. Oh, just over halfway to 10 frames a second. Oh, I know, Snow Crash, I know. It's tragic. I hate being English sometimes. Actually, that's not true. I always hate being English. I'm not a fan of my fellow countrymen. Historically, I feel like the emphasis has been on the cunt part of countrymen. But hey, what can you do? What can you do? You roll the dice, you get born, you live with it. Apparently. I count 10 people in the audience sleeping currently. My goodness. It's no good. Oh yeah, look, all of them zuzzing. Zuzzing it up. Slinging Zeds. Right, vampires, are you coming? Or is it just the way you walk? Have I actually unlocked this door? There. So what are you doing, boys? The thirst for blood got you stuck in your bed? Can't get out? Still no vampires standing down there. That's not acceptable. Come on, vampires, what are you doing? Oh, they go slow, don't they? Because they're thoroughly thirsty. Actually, these aren't vampires. Neither of them are. This one's someone's pet pig, and this one's a bard. Come on, what's the deal here? Ooh, we've got a monk in the temple. A monk of the volcano god, I would imagine. Hello, this looks like a mayor. Are you a mayor? Are you our current mayor? Kogan, the mayor. Yes, you are our mayor. You are definitely supposed to be standing down there. Get on that fucking thing. Right, I need to expand the burrow so it goes over the top of the thing, don't I? So, enter define burrow. There we go. And now people can stand over there and use the lovely switch to flip our fine mare into the magma. There he is. There he is. Let's quickly do our first execution while we can. Come on. Add a new job. Pull the lever. Do it now. Let's watch him go. Are we ready for the flop? Zoom in a little bit. Watch the execution head over. Who will self-select? Who will choose to do the deed to remove us of this mare? Here it goes. It looks like a farmer. A man of the land. A part of the proletariat. Peasant. It's good. It's good that someone of low station gets to kill the mayor. It's fine. No, not you. No. Oh dear. Looks like we have a problem. Who's this? Unib the Bard. Poor old Unib. You have made a crucial error when visiting this fortress. Whenever there's a large crowd gathered looking at a sort of diving board arrangement over some magma, best not to stand on the magma. You never know what's going to happen, but it looks like we've definitely lost this Bard now, unless he... No, he's well in the danger zone. He fell off without even being flipped. Up goes the vampire. Let's quickly pause it and go up a few floors, see if we can see him. Is that him flying through the air? He's missed the fucking magma. Let's click on him to give him a follow, shall we? He's down the floor. There he is. Let's press capital F for a follow and... Ah. Okay, he just landed in the ore pile. Well, that's no good. Right, let's pull that down again. Come on, add a new task. Pull the lever, do it now. Let's get that back down so our sweet, sweet mare can get back in there. Let's see if that came up as a combat report, shall we? It's entirely possible. Yep, the mare is fighting. Let's see how the game interprets this. No recent announcements. Damn it. Okay. Well, let's wait for it to go back down again. We may have to kill him by degrees. It's amazing that that bard died before we even activated the death trap. He must have been pretty drunk. I reckon he was pretty drunk. That wasn't even an execution, Tidy. That was, a honest-to-goodness accident. A workplace accident in the temple. Very sad. Very sad. The zone might be too small. Okay. Nobody's pulling that lever, though, are they? What's going on? Why is it not going down? Might have to be a retracting bridge. Ah, very disappointing. We'll give it another go. Look, the mayor's bound to go over there in a second. Is he wounded? Let's have a look at his wounds. W. Where is he? He's a bit wounded. He's a vampire, for goodness sake, though. How could he be bothered by mere flesh wounds? I think he'll get up and go back. I think he'll make it in there. Oh, someone's left a corpse in one of those beds. Very convenient. Just what we need. Bed corpse. Right, who's this? That's Vampo. They're on their way. Schmelliork is doing what I can only describe as lollygagging. He's being a real foot dragger. That's okay. Once the alarm's off, the frame rate should hopefully go back up. We'll see how it works out. I mean, it's staying very low. It did seem to go low the moment I sent all the dwarves up here, didn't it? That seemed to be the point at which the frames just disappeared. Is our mayor crippled? Because if he is, then we'll have to figure out some way of getting him into that bloody magma. Oh, come on. Please don't do this to me, game. Don't be a bastard. No. No, game is hell-bent on bastardry. Bastardry of the highest order. 7 frames per second. You know what? I'm going to get rid of this alert. We'll wait and see if the vampires make their... Oh no, if I get rid of the alert, they'll start drinking blood and they could have one of our good lads. They could end up drinking one of our beautiful boys. Okay, they're all thirsty. We've got to call it off. We're going to have vampires roaming around the fort for a hot second. Military alert. There we go. Execution audience alert off. And suddenly, look at that, up to 70 frames a second. Amazing. Okay, I'm going to pause it quickly, and I think, is it O for the costs for... No, that's order. How do I set the navigation costs for squares? How do I prevent dwarves from using certain areas? Is it D for designation? Is it in here? Yes. Set traffic areas. Oh, there we go. Right. Restricted traffic area. What does that yield? High traffic cost. 25. Restricted traffic cost. 25. Okay. And then so put that there and there. And hopefully we'll keep people off of the bridge. Apart from those who've been stationed there. We're going to start seeing dead people very shortly. Look at everybody charging in to meet the mayor. Jesus Christ. He's a popular boy. He needs to be down on that damn bridge, though. It's been so long since he's had a drink. Look at all the children playing around him. Why do you love him? If you knew his dark secret, you wouldn't love him at all. And the mayor's back up and about again, obviously. Somebody actually died during that audience session. That's disappointing. Very disappointing. You couldn't even survive, could you? You useless git. That's a little bit harsh, I suppose. If someone dies, that's not really... was that a vampire? Was that? No, it was Macho 44. Urus the Bard. What is it with this bridge and bards? Is he about to send himself slipping in? I'm worried. I don't know why our vampires aren't coming here. That is slightly annoying. Oh no, look, it's Vampo. Vampo's made it over the bridge. That's good. Vampo, you hang there. I feel like maybe we should flip the switch. Let's do it. Let's see if we can get Vampo in the Magna. Add a new task. Pull the switch. Do it now. There we go. And while we're here, we will... Oh, he's been joined by a dog, but I'm not so fussed about a dog. We'll follow him. There we go. And now as soon as the lever is flipped, he will be hurled into space and we will see his every move. Oh, fuck off, liaison. No, look, I don't want to join the home. I don't want to be a noble den. It's not going to be great. Who's this boy? It's Vamp. We've got a twofer. 2 of our executions are going to be taking place at once. The lever's been switched. Yay! Who died? Who died? It was... Vampo? Well, somebody died. It looks like our first execution has been pulled off successfully. Now, let's quickly save. Actually, you know what? I'll pull that lever again. There we go. We can probably recharge it with another vampire. And now that we've done that, let's do a quick save and have a little look at the fort in Dwarf Therapist to see who actually died and who didn't. If anyone died indeed. Bear with me. Quick save. Bosh. Right, it's underway. And brace your eyeballs, people. We're off to Dwarf Therapist, where there are bright white lights that could boil your eyeball fluids. Here they come. That's it. Dazzle, dazzle. So we had 98 adults, 37 children, and 0 vulnerable babies. Now let's take a look at what that is. We should now have 97. We've lost more since the last check, but that doesn't mean we didn't kill the vampire. 1, 2, 3 vampires. That's good. There's 3 vampires in the fort. Schmeliork, Vamp, and Kogan all need to be finished off. However, it looks like old Vampo is toast. Down in the magma, they must go. E-I-E-I-E-I-O. It's beautiful. It's still saving, but we'll go back over to old Dwarf Fortress rather than Therapist. Hello? Hotkeys? Hotkeys? This isn't optimal. Everything's frozen. Can you even hear me? Dwarf Fortress heads. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. We got the save and the freeze is done. Let's resume. Wait for that switch to get flipped again. Get into the off position so it goes back to its pre-execution state, and then hopefully we can get some more vampires gathering on it and they can be flipped into the air and into the volcano as they should be. This is the way. This is the way. Oh, hello. Who's this? Oh, we discovered a great magma sea. By direct experiential methods, I don't doubt. That vampire went all the way to the bottom. And remember, tee-hee, I said bottom. Right, Vamp's on there now. I would like him to move a little further down, but you know, it's not important. As long as he's flung into the air and hurt badly at the very least, it's all good. In goes vampire number 2, please. Fingers crossed. Switch is being walked past. Very much ignored. They're worried that the vampire and his dog is going to... What? Great. Expansive cavern? No, it's just magma. It's just magma, bro. Calm down. Right, let's also follow old Vamp here. We don't want to lose him once the flip occurs, do we? Come on, flip him in. The dog is a necessary sacrifice. The blue peahen might not be a good, very good sacrifice. I don't think it'll even land, will it? Oh, look at this! He's getting himself into perfect position. He knows what's coming, and he's done it. He's in. He's down, falling through the layers of magma deep into the centre of the earth. He has been sizzled. Fantastic. Back up to the surface. Time to reprime the vampire death pump and have them flung deep into magma. There we go. Vampire number 2 has been confirmed destroyed using volcanic techniques. Very pleasing. I like this method. It's a little bit slapdash. It's not perfect by any means. It doesn't guarantee your vampire will be killed. However, the outpost liaison has decided to hang around on the execution plank. What's the deal with that? Oh shit, did he just fall in? I looked away for a second and he's gone. Let's check to see if there's a combat report. There's no, What? The recruit punches the soap maker. What is going on? Someone's fighting. That was actually fighting before he went into his death. That's interesting. I don't know what caused that. Well, at least we've got some degree of execution system going here. Oh. I say. Would you mind just filling me in here? Where is this raw adamantine you speak of? Oh, there it is. Look at that. Lovely. Well, this could be the beginning of a whole new era for our fortress. An era of boys in blue. Very nice. Right, I want to see another vampire on that platform, please, as soon as possible. Look at this room full of children. What is going on there? Right, I'm not seeing the... Ah, here he comes. Look at this. I think that's our vampire. Schmeliork. That's right, Schmeliork. Stop trying to get blood out of people in public and get on that little bridge. Come on, Schmelly. Come on, Schmeliork. On you go. On you go. You've only got one other vampire. He's not even in the vicinity, so just get on there. Come on. What are you doing? Come on. You can do it, Schmeliork. You can do it. No? You don't want to do it? You want to be a little Dickie Dickens for the rest of your life? Little Ricky Tits out? No? Ah, who's this? Cog the Engraver. Sir, this is a restricted area. If you wouldn't mind, please fuck off. Ah, a second pop at the mare. Is it just the mare? The mare and some puppies. Personally, I feel like the puppies are an acceptable sacrifice, as is Cog the Engraver. Ah, hang on, we've got a third. The bloody outpost liaison. Ah, there we go, there we go. Let's pause the action quickly, designate this action, pull, do it now, and then we'll focus on the mare and watch him plop. Okay, are we ready? He's harrowed, so realistically, we're putting him out of his misery. Watch him plop. Watch him plop. Watch him plop. Up he goes. Nobody else get on there unless you're a vampire. That is vampires only. Expressly prohibited for anyone else to get on there. If you're not a bloodsucker, you don't go on the execution platform yet. That's nice. He's getting right on the flippy end. I like it a lot. Come on. Come on. Get flipped. Somebody pull that switch while there's people to watch and witness the properness of his death. Wow. Wow, what a boy. I mean, obviously, he took some hits there, but he's making his way over. It looks like this guy might actually be too wounded to even get there. Let's add a new task, pull the lever, do that again. Let's get that down so we can get another Vampo on there. I bet Onget is pleased. Not as pleased as the big G, who in fact we are making stealth sacrifices to protect me in future games on other systems. Oh, look at this. We've got a nice little doohickey. Let's go and follow this boy as he does his mood. Have I already said to pull the lever again? I can't remember. Doesn't matter. We'll follow the moody boy and get what he does first. Right, there we go. Let's follow him. It's a slight diversion from what we're doing, but the vampires are so battered up, I don't really think they've got much chance of successfully draining anybody. Oh shit, look at this. He's picked up a raw boulder, like some kind of complete maniac. He's a maniac. Maniac, it's true. He's hauling raw boulders on his shoulders. Okay, that's not how a song should go, but nonetheless, that's how it went. Apologies are in order. Okay, we've got gems, cloth, stone. Got for a bit of wood there, that's nice. More gems? Cut gems this time. Uncut and cut gems. Very nice. Looks like we're going to have at least a decent value on this one. I don't know what he's making with the cloth, but interesting. Lots of ingredients, several different types of cut and uncut gems. Another bit of cloth of a different colour. And he's begun his construction, no need to worry. Let's go and check to see if anybody's on the death trap. Ah, yes, 2 boys. Ah, but one of them's the outpost liaison. Are there any particularly severe repercussions for his death on sight? Who are you? Thicket the stonemason, get off the death bridge. What is wrong with you? Come on, sir. Yeah, it's fine if a duck dies, don't care about that. Right, is that the liaison gone? We're doing it. We're doing it. It's execution time. It's execution time. Add, pull lever. Where is it? P? What the figgins? Add new task. Oh, capital P. Duh. There we go. Minor, stay off of that bridge. What were you playing at there? What was going through your mind? He's been flipped. Let's quickly follow the mayor to make sure that we don't miss any of his further. Oh, look at that. There goes the mayor into the magma all the way down until gone. Beautiful. 3 down and 1 vampire to go. This is a wonderful set of progress we've got going on here. Part of me thinks maybe we should save. Part of me thinks if we don't save and it crashes, we just get to kill the vampires again. And what's wrong with that, I say? What's wrong? Hello, Vehemat. Welcome back. And, yes, one of my all-time favourite little introductory text blocks there. One of my favourite ones I ever did. Okay, the bridge is back down again. Can we convince old Schmelliork here to get in there? Apparently not. His left hand is damaged. Oh no, Schmelliork. Okay, I'm thinking we'll go in here. We'll set the oceanic ropes to no longer be stationed. Oh, cancel station. Why is it not cancelling the station? B. Oh, here we go. A diorite amulet. Sounds boring, but we'll give it a little look. There we go. Diorite amulet. Here we go. What's it worth? 46 grand. Not the worst. It's called Ethamkin Shutglad. Okay.
This is a diorite amulet. All crafts dwarfship is of the highest quality. It is encrusted with square-cut blue jades, decorated with alpaca wool, and encircled with bands of square-cut pink tourmalines and alpaca wool. This object menaces with spikes of rope reed. On the item is an image of Song Braid Seduces, the goblin, and a human in diorite. The human is striking down Song Braid Seduces. The artwork relates to the killing of the goblin Song Braid Seduces by a human in lulled contests in the Pink Hill in the early winter of 87 during Entustum's The Brutal Attack. On the item is an image of a shining sun in maple. On the item is an image of a cloud in pink tourmaline.
That's alright, isn't it? It's got something going for it. A little bit of a narrative flair, but beyond that, meh. Not too exciting. Right, back to the squad screen. Let's figure out this oceanic ropes bullshit. B, cancel station. O. There we go, good. And now we move him again, and we say, specifically, sir, specifically, here, if you wouldn't mind. You go in there? Come on, Mr. Oceanic Ropes, where have you got to? Where's my final vampire? He's the final vampire. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Shouldn't do that with the old swirler in the background, but okay. There's Schmelliork, but he's just not doing it. Wait a minute, didn't we kill Schmelliork? Oh shit, I didn't kill a different mare, did I? I'm just going to pause the game and have a quick look. No, I'm going to leave it. Sorry, I'm going to leave it. And I'm going to quickly look in Dwarf Therapist, read the dwarves, down to 92, which does tally up as the right number of deaths. Yep, Schmelliork is our final vampire. He's just unwilling to move, it would seem. Einod the peasant doesn't know any better. Poor fool. Poor sweet summer child. Let's move the squad again that he's in, just to see if he will move, because if he's too close, then maybe he thinks he's close enough. So we move him, and if you wouldn't mind, could you come stand over here in the corner, away from everybody else? That's the ticket. You gonna go? No. What's wrong with you, Schmelliork? Why are you so... He's got a wounded left hand, but that's about the size of it. Nothing more. Perhaps he's just so slow thanks to his vampiric curse that it takes him forever until he gets a little sip of the old blood, maybe? Maybe? I'm not sure. Could be the case. Could just be me being a dingleberry. I mean, we could just finish him off. We put another bridge there and just atom smash him. It's not the most ineffective method, is it? We could atom smash the vampire, but it feels like we've got so far with the three that we have, doesn't it? It feels like a kind of, oh, someone's been missing for a week. I wonder who's responsible for that. Could it be one of our vampires? Oh, hello. I've lost him. Where's Schmelliork gone? Okay. Worrying. Let's press U and find the little lad. Where's he gone? Schmelliork, Schmelliork. Schmelliork, Schmelliork, where are they hiding you? I could just search. Oh no, don't need we found him. currently stationed. Let's go to unit. Still right there. Oh, okay, yeah, that's him there. Ah, how do we get him in there then? If he's not moving, what is he doing? I'm going to go to the therapist and try and figure out what he's up to. But brace your eyeballs, everybody. It's going to get very bright. There it goes. So, Schmeliork, this is you. Currently miserable. That's understandable. And profession recruit. Current job. Move. Okay. Get behind him and shove him in. If only there were a mechanic to allow me to step into the world and do such things. But I don't think there is. I don't believe I can. I mean, maybe if I set off the alert and make everyone run to the dining hall, that'll break him out of it. Let's stop his orders for a sec. B-O. There we go. He's no longer activated. Get out of there, Schmeliork. Do what thou wilt. Do what thou shallst. No, it's still sitting there. I suppose when you're the mayor, people will come to you, won't you? You don't have to actually wander around and try and find the place. A nice Sparta kick in the behind. That would be nice. This is Cryptbeards. Boot. In he goes. Although I'm not sure we have any way of doing that. I suppose we could try and mine all the... We could remove all the floor round him. Piece by piece until he can do nothing but fall in. Go down a floor. Yeah, we could totally do that. Okay, plan B. If he refuses to move, then he must be moved. Designate N. And we'll start there. There. And then we'll do there. And you'll have one more piece to take off. Good. There we go. And then once it's done apart, he'll be plopped into the magma and dealt with for good. Oh, whoops. There we go. Back into Dwarf Therapist. You can see what I'm doing here. They're deconstructing those floors, which will leave them on one piece of floor, precariously balanced over the magma, which we can just drop by undoing some of the floors around them. Okay, people aren't actually undoing these floors, which is a little bit worrying. Oh, yeah, there goes one. Come on. Get some more dug out. Come on, give me a second. Come on. Oh, actually, this one... Okay, that's the level below. That's already done. Okay, so we've got two more left. Then we can channel out this one. And then this one. And that should result in the plummeting we crave. Do crave a good plummet every now and again. Okay, come on, get these dug out. We've got one more vampire to deal with. Sure, Nil the Woodcrafter seems to want to stand on the same floor as it plummets into the magma, but there's not much we can do to stop him, I don't think. You could bite off his left foot, big toe, and as the piece goes sailing off in an arc, it would cause him to go off balance and fall in. That's interesting. If only we had that level of control over the fighting. Oh, wait, have I built a floor underneath him? Ah, crucially, not yet. It's just a place that has been designated to be built. So, designate N. Got to remove that one there, and then that one there. And he should go tumbling in. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. Let's follow Schmeliork as he goes on his journey into the centre of the earth. Come on. In you go, sir. In you go. Guys, get those bits of floor detached, will you? This is not... You can't take forever on this. This has got to be done pretty quickly. Quite sharpishly. See the two lads trying it? They're just not getting anywhere, are they? What's the deal? Are you not there to... Here he goes. A section of the cavern has collapsed. And down he goes and disappears, I think. We go up a second. It's looking good. We can cancel that. We don't need to do that. DX. There we go. And we can plop some more flooring. Build, capital C, F. There we go. What we've got to do is, boop, that's that. And then boopy da boop boop. Boopy da boop 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 boopy da boop 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 boop. We need to make these, of course, out of granite, hopefully blocks. Yes, please. Granite blocks. And then we can... So yeah, just pop one in there. Not a wall. Come on now, game. We've had this conversation. I know it was a very one-sided conversation, because I'm the only one in this relationship that speaks a human language, but still, we had this conversation. Stop it. Right. We should have no vampires left in the fortress and 91 adults. I'm just going to do a quick survey in Dwarf Therapist. Indeed, 91 adults and... Wait, Schmeliork lives? Schmeliork's alive? How is Schmeliork alive? Let's do a quick search in here. There we go. Search with Q. SC... hang on. I'll just go down this way. See if we can find him. Schmeliork. He is the mayor, so he should probably actually be closer to the top than I'm giving him credit for. Oh, there he is, right at the top there. He's currently conducting a meeting. How did this happen? God. Oh, at least he's diligent. Falling through the magma, still decides to continue his meeting. I mean, he's definitely... We've lost a wood burner. I think that's all that's registering, to be honest. Let's follow him down on his little journey. There he is, Schmeliork. Follow. There we go. Down he falls. And plop, plop, plop. They're all gone, including the chicken. Well, we lost more people than I anticipated. I thought we'd just lose the one on that one. Turns out, though, we lost a few. Down to 86 adults, in fact. So that was nigh on 10 dwarves getting iced there. Well, I say iced. Strictly speaking, they got the opposite of iced. They got burned. Okay, so that wasn't good. But now, the fortress appears to be vampire-free. Certified clean fortress. Nice, clean fortress. No... Excuse me. No vampiric infection for us, no sir. What we want is a lovely, fresh-faced, healthy boy fortress. Let's resume, shall we? You know what? Now the vampires are all gone, I feel like this is a time to treat ourselves with a little quick save. Mind you, it is 2:30 in the morning, and I have nearly been going for 3 hours, so maybe it's time for me to take a break or call it a night. Quick save first. Quick save first before we lose this fine progress that we've made. There we go. Butternut Squash appears to be creating masterpiece menacing ashen spikes. Maybe we'll be able to plant a few spikes before we go. That might be nice. Get a few spikes in the ground, get a couple of the old pressure plates on them. Bob's your uncle. Trap corridor. It's going to be grand. Bloody lovely. It's taken a while to save, but when does it not? I'm very pleased with how effective our death flipper was. I mean, perhaps it wasn't the most efficient or well-organised method of execution, but it worked. And that's really what's important, isn't it? Somebody has to die or it's not a proper execution. It's a shame we couldn't get it done with the audience there, but they were killing the frame rate like crazy, and, by the looks of things, each other, because I'm pretty sure once they all ran back downstairs there was a corpse sitting there. Now, if we finish building the roof over this place, maybe when people go on the death flipper, they'll just hit the ceiling, get a bit of a crumple, maybe break a few vertebrae or something, and then sort of flop paralysed into the magma. That might work. Let's have a look and see how the roof is doing. It's slow. To say the least, it's slow. Let's desuspend. Where is it? There we go. Desuspend all these little missing tiles because, frankly, we need them. Just to complete the look. Just to make the place a little bit more coherent. Or, if you pronounce it correctly, coherent. I don't know why I said coherent. That would be stupid. There we go, down here. Boom, 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 boom. Cool. Cool, Daddy-o. Panzerbeard, congratulations, you're the mayor now. Whoa, whoa, you're in the Civic now. Okay, we need to put more wooden floor down up here, but let's let them build what's been ordered already. I don't want to have to wait for more orders to get completed before we see something in a nice little finished state. Right, we'll leave the bridge as is for now. It's a perfectly functioning execution platform. Excuse me, but it doesn't need to be used right now. I wonder what we can use the old vampire room for. I mean, it seems very popular as a creche, to be honest. Okay, spikes. Let's get these spikes on the go. Build. Trap. Upright spear spikes. Oh, hello. Okay. We'll start in this little corner here. Sand pearwood. Menacing maple spikes. I think that's everything that can go in. It is. What is it for done? D. There we go. And then another one. Capital S, please. There we go. Menacing maple spikes. Fantastic. D for done. Capital S. Lovely, isn't it? It's working very well for me. D for done. Capital S. I am starting to feel a little tired now though, so I'm running the risk of going to bed soon. So apologies if any of you are just getting into everything. If you're just finding your footing on the stream, hoping to see hours and hours of this, not tonight. Not tonight. Although I am intending to be trying to up the number of streams I'm doing in the near future, especially daytime streams, noting that they get significantly more viewership. So makes sense, right? Move into the daytime arena, compete with This Morning with Richard and Judy or whatever's on these days. D, another spike trap, please. Let's pop that there. Here we go. Menacing ashen spikes. D, we're nearly there. We nearly got this little corner full, which is good, isn't it? There we go. Ashen spikes. D. Shift S, enter, ashen spikes, D. Oh Christ, it gets a bit tedious doing all this shit, doesn't it? Save, and then menacing ashen spikes. Fantastic. We've got a whole room filled with vertically placed menacing ashen spikes. Now, pressure plate. Never built one of these before, but that's okay. Right. Water does not trigger, magma does not trigger, track does not trigger, creatures do not trigger. Right, well, that's no good. We want... Okay. Citizens do not trigger. Yes. Very good. Okay. ER. Minimum 5k DF max any. Don't know what that means. Reptile men, serpent men, dragons, sheep, rocks, Gorlax. This looks good, doesn't it? Creatures trigger but citizens don't. Is that how this works? It's a late o'clock for you in sunny England. Oh, yes. It's not very sunny at the moment, though, I have to say that. But it is late o'clock. 2:33 currently. And I've been streaming for 3 hours and 2 minutes and 16 seconds, although recording for 2 hours, 53 and 17. So exciting, these numbers, aren't they? Oh, hello, Havad27. Thanks for joining us. And thanks for following us. Apologies for missing you there in your notification. I should have said cheers earlier, but somewhat brutally just missed it. Just missed it. Just missed it. Do we do a nice long line across the top here? I feel... No, not pressure plates, you dummy. Shit. There we go. Creatures trigger, citizens do not. Put it there. Fantastic. Oh my god. Serious hiccups now. Calm down, scoundrel. There we go. Hold the breath. Hopefully that's dealt with the hiccups. That'll be good. Oh dear, oh dear. Why do I have a vague memory of Richard doing something terrible? He probably did do something reasonably terrible, right? Not awful. I don't think he's been accused of any Jimmy Savile level awfulness, but he may have been accused of some Richard Bacon level awfulness. And personally, I don't find Richard Bacon's awfulness awful at all. He seems okay to me. He seemed okay to me. Why would I think him awful? Not Uncle Tickle badness, no. No, he was more than Uncle Tickle, wasn't he? He was like Mortician Tickle. Disgusting. Oh no, I've dug this out too wide, haven't I? Look. Oh no, it's a vein wall. It's fine. It's fine. Everybody stop panicking. Don't be such a bunch of crazy panickers, alright? We need to put another bridge in, don't we? Build bridge. And we want it to flip up over here. So, not W. Okay. Go 3 wide. Only needs to be 2 tall, doesn't it? Just has to block the corridor. Let's do 3 anyway. Let's do this. W opens that way. Fantastic. We'll make it out of... Could make it out of iron bars for extra emphatic no, you may not pass. But let's just go for granite. We've got granite blocks? Of course we have. Got a shitload of granite blocks. There they are. In it goes. Also needs a lever down here in the trap corridor. Build trap component lever. I say trap corridor. What I mean is in fact a dining hall. Very different in use. Very different. Not that you can't integrate trap corridors and dining halls. I'm sure it's entirely possible to eat your dinner while surrounded by people being killed by elaborate traps. But hey, we're not going to try it just yet. Okay, Thob, calm down. There we go. Thob's calmed down. Very nice. We've probably got all the orders in we need. Ah, look, we are melting a ton of stuff. Good. Let's have a little look at our stocks and see how many bars we've got. Stocks. Bars. Iron, gold, copper, tin. Getting their levels of tin up, they must be melting that cassiterite. That isn't what I wanted done, was it? Sod it though, let's just get this cassiterite melted down. We can't do much with tin, but, you know, things could be worse. Oh, we found a soap maker dehydrated to death. Was that Johnny 6? Is Johnny 6 still alive? Does he need input? Ooh, all the spikes are in, and the pressure plate. Okay, so we click the pressure plate, add a new task, link up. Spears spikes. Okay, so wait, pressure plate, add task. Link up spears and spikes. There we go. What do you mean there's nothing that can be linked up? What are you talking about? Oh, none of these have been placed. Okay, fair enough. Let's let them get into place, and then we can have a jolly good time linking them up. And obviously then spreading it back through this corridor as fast as possible. Because once this trap corridor is functional...
Once this death corridor is fully operational...
Everything's going to be hunky-dory, isn't it? Hunky-dory. Dunky-hoary. Let's go down to the dining hall. They built that lever. They have... Shit, which one was the one? Oh, wank. Let's add a new task. Link a bridge. Not that one. Not that one. That one. There we go. Granite. Dacite. Do that now. Okay. Which means the bottom one here is going to be... Can I name it? Control N. There we go. Inner. Go. And then the other one can be outer. for now, we won't do that, just in case I've hooked these up wrong and I'm going to be pulling the lever and doing the wrong drawbridge. Because that's not what we need, and that's not what we want. Like that anvil being in the corridor. Why is that there? Who's put an anvil next to that bloody bridge? That's not a practical tool in building a bridge, is it? Or maybe it is, I don't know. Maybe we need a lot of anvils for creating all this stuff. Right, okay, so add a new task, link up spikes. What do you mean there's nothing that can be linked up? How do pressure plates work? I think I may have done this very wrong. Nothing too terrible. Rob some champagne from Tesco's, phone-in scam on this morning, and fucking around on Judy. Poor old Judy. I mean, of course, she could be the Judy married to Mr. Punch, which is significantly worse than being married to... Is it Richard Madeley, his name? Judy Madeley? I might have got that wrong. I might have the wrong Richard. I might have the wrong Richard. You never know. What's going on here? They keep flooding back over here with these spikes. How many do we need? Have any of them actually been constructed yet, or am I just mucking around? Richard Madeley, that was it. Right, are these all in place now? Looks like they might be. Let's try here. Add a new task. Link up some spikes. There we go. Look at this. Lovely. Enter a sign. Gabbro mechanisms. Add a new task. Link up spikes. There we go. Can I? I can't multi-select. Never mind. Add a new task. Link up some spikes, sorry. There we go. Add a new task. Spikes. Add a new task. Spikes. There we go. Add a new task. Spikes. Add a new task. Spikes. Add a new task. Spikes. There we go. They're all done. Lovely. So that should trigger the spikes to start coming up and down out of the floor. And anything going through that little corridor
is going to be speared. Speared by spikes of wood. Oh, nice.
Just what you want, really, isn't it? Just what you want. Richard Madeley, Judy Finnegan. Ah, oh, I remember the wardrobe malfunction, yes. The old boobies. It's always the way you get a set of boobs out, you will end up on the front page of the papers. I mean, not always. I mean, the day that they began the invasion of Iraq, I imagine there were very few boob-related stories on the front pages of the newspapers. And again, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe some newspapers went all out on the tits angle. I'm sure there were some horrific puns that day. If that happened. Probably were anyway. Come on, everybody. Is this where we are now? Have we made good progress? It looks like the trap corridor is functioning to a degree. Oh, hang on. Here comes some mechanisms. Oh, it's not functioning. We've just designated it to become functional. It's not actually doing it. Okay, we need to keep our weaponsmith busy, and we can't do that with just tin, can we? We need to start melting all these other metal objects. So Z stocks, and then if I type in steel, Q, is it Q for searching here? It's not, it's E for enhanced view, isn't it? If I type in steel, then we can put in these melt orders for all these different items. So, Shift M for melt. There we go. Can't melt raw steelhead trout. That's not going to work. Can't remelt steel bars. That doesn't make sense. Bolts, however, can melt. No. Apparently not. Uh-oh. What happened there? E, enhanced view, ST, E. No? EEL. There we go. I don't think I can melt these bolts, actually. freaking button again. There we go. We can melt that one. That's in someone's inventory. Steel buckler can go. Another steel buckler can go. Steel chain leggings can go. Steel crossbow? Sure. Since it's not got a name, I'm fine with it. Steel helms. Steel left gauntlets. Steel low boots. Steel mini forges. Steel picks. Steel right gauntlets. There we go. That's a lot of steel ready for smelting. I haven't smelted all the anvils yet. Maybe I should. We can always buy more, can't we? Shift M. There we go. Good. Back into action. That smeltery boy's going nuts, isn't he? Look at him. He's just smelting away. What's he good at? Ooh. His right foot is drowsy. How's he got a drowsy foot? That feels weird. I suppose your foot can go to sleep, can't it? Oh, yeah, the star. Or the sport. The daily sport. The, probably the main contributor to, the old, drift pornography. It's like driftwood, but pornography that ends up in bushes. I believe the technical term for it is, grumble. Found a good old stash of grumble under the bushes and you're set for weeks. Okay. It looks like I'm starting to hit the tide in this wall. I'm pretty sure I'm stopping making sense, so maybe I should call it now before we have another crash. What do we reckon? Does that sound good? The spike traps are being installed in the diversionary corridor. We already have our execution flipper in place, and we have dealt with our vampire issues. We've got a nice thick corridor of cage traps up here just to absorb anyone coming in, and one of our weapon traps has been completed. I have noticed recently in the fortresses where I have been building weapon traps, they tend to break a lot. They tend to fall apart. Qpo's just created a masterpiece raw muscle biscuits. Have you tried my biscuits? I call them raw muscle biscuits. Ooh, sounds scary. Here we go. I think it's time to save. So I'm going to press escape here, go down to here and say save game. Look at that. We're ending this particular portion of the stream. Maybe even the whole thing. We are ending the whole. Those of you watching on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for putting up with this meandering guff, and hopefully our paths will cross again at some point in the future. Maybe even not in a Dwarf Fortress video. Wouldn't that be weird? Wowee. You're more than welcome, Snow Crash. You can join us at any time, although it will probably be more effective for you to join us on late nights, Mondays and Thursdays, UK time, because otherwise I'm not guaranteed to be streaming. I mean, I'm not guaranteed to be streaming on those days, but that's when I schedule my streams. Although I do want to be doing more daytime streams lately, because I did one a little while ago, and I had like nearly 40 people watching, which is like, well, probably double what I've got now. Not quite double, but close. Which, you know, it's nice. Big numbers. Feel lovely. Feel good. Anyway, bye-bye, YouTube. Bye-bye, YouTube.